I feel like that Wreck-It Ralph movie.
Are we really here?
We made
Where
it.
he encounters the internet.
Where he encounters the internet.
No spoilers.
Ralph breaks the internet. Spoiler alert, it involves the internet. I'm sorry, everybody.
We're sorry.
I'm sorry.
We are so sorry.
I have zero self-control, but I have a disability, so...
Well, there you
They
go.
said I can't use that for the rest of my life. Challenge accepted.
I'll tell you right now, Grey Paladin, the fudge is really good. So I don't know what shipping is like to the UK, but
It's okay. We'll make it happen.
It's like here, if you pay like 4 times as much in the UK, it might not match how much you're going to have to pay to ship that stuff.
Grey Paladin knows that tea is good with no.
Is the fudge going to be good going through like customs and stuff?
Yeah.
That's not
It'll get
Australia.
you. It has like
if
a
you
bite
ship it,
taken
yeah.
out of it.
Yeah, if you ship it, it's not Australia. Australia, they're like, what the fuck is this?
And it's not coming from
No,
China.
sorry.
because China goes through
In Australia,
customs.
they're like, what the fuck is this,
And nobody's
mate?
business.
Yeah, mate.
What the fuck is this, mate?
Yeah, I had a bunch of stuff sent to me in Afghanistan.
Semtex.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Why did my fudge
Yeah, but
come
that's
to
like
me in a
military
puddle?
shit.
And there's holes in
Right?
it.
Yeah, but I mean, it has to land
Like
somewhere.
guns and stuff?
No, not
Hey,
guns.
Gavin, glad you
care
could make it,
packages.
man. Nice to see
Yeah.
you.
Oh, care packages.
Hello, everybody.
Yeah, hello
Welcome.
everybody. Welcome to Legendary Action. We're a bunch of unapologetic nerds who love playing Dungeons and Dragons,
Dude,
among other things.
I did not think we were going to get
Like
that system up and
ourselves.
going tonight. I did not think it was going to happen.
Guys,
We
I
had
have a good
obstacles
idea
before
for
we
a
started to
campaign.
begin, people.
One shot.
Okay.
But we're becoming semi-proficient at like
It's not
handling.
weird.
Well, you know,
Handling.
we just make everything difficult on ourselves because of like animals and people all over the place. So
That's
Yeah.
true.
That means it's
I
here.
blame Matt
It's here.
Well,
yeah.
because he's an IT guy.
You have to
He
blame
doesn't help us at
somebody.
all.
Yeah, I'm an amateur.
That's fair. You know, I can't argue.
You know-
so that's plenty fair.
Here's a point to make. All of us are complete amateurs. We just try really hard. But the one person who has professional experience that could help us in what we're doing isn't fulfilling that function within our group.
I feel like you guys are
being
overestimating my talent.
Yo, as
Yeah.
Matt's lawyer and attorney, listen. All right, I believe you're taxing him too much. He's building a new table, folks. All right.
Yeah, that's fair. We did well. If we wanted to assign him to IT, we messed up because we assigned him to set design.
Now, if there's anybody to blame, I believe it's not my client, but the kobolds.
Yeah.
You know, in fairness, I saw him one time with those toys with the circle and the star and the half moon, and he got those blocks in so great, I decided he's the table guy.
That's fair.
That's my fault.
You know what? I do like challenging puzzles.
He got the
and-
star in the star slot on the first try.
He has a vast wealth of knowledge relating to basic shapes.
And it was a 5-star decided star. So
Hey, I don't even know what a chevron is, all right?
It's a
That's a
gas
fact.
station.
That's a fact.
it is a gas
It's
station.
a gas station. I work
Well,
there.
that's what I thought.
My,
Apparently,
You work there,
hold on. Apparently, it's a shape.
It's
Apparently.
It is a shape. Yes.
what is it a shape of?
It is the shape. Well, if you really want to get technical, because you know, Romans were weird. It's a dick.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I can point at someone and say your chevron's showing, and they would know what I'm talking about.
No. No, but it's a good
And
joke
you
if
can
you're a
laugh.
historian.
Yeah. Yeah.
It's like when people walk up to your elbow, your weenus
See,
is
even
showing.
Gavin was like, "Isn't that a gas station?" I worked at a Chevron. I have a Chevron jacket. I represent.
That's what we're going to start
Super
saying.
awesome.
Instead of like, God, that guy's
So,
such a
the
dick,
next
I'm
time
just
there's
like,
an oil
God, you're
spill.
such a chevron, Andy.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, it was supposed to be the tip of a sword, but a gladius was named after, you know, and then, you know, because Romans
Isn't
were
it
weird.
Richard? No, wasn't that the name of
I
Richard?
Like, instead of drunk history, it's like from the hip history.
Yeah.
When I was in Lonnie Lightning stream the other day, they were arguing about the English language because he plays with UK players a lot. And he was like, "Damn you and your nonsense language, speak English." And they started laughing, and I was like, "Yeah, William the Conqueror, this is like your fault. Damn Battle of Hastings, you
Hey.
motherfucker. You changed the English language forever."
I like their English language. Color should have a U in it.
No, cooler.
Color.
That's not the joke.
That's neither here nor there.
Oh.
Well, we should D&D now.
Dude, you're just like
D&D is
eager
life is
beaver.
rich.
I really want to play, you know?
Yeah. You really want to see what that little girl has in
Nick picked
store.
on me all week.
Nick did pick on me all week.
We love you, Nick.
It's because I'm terrible and he has to cover me all the time, so.
Yeah, that doesn't surprise me.
You're
Does that
a dick.
surprise anybody else at the table?
You're just like, I'm building a table, Nick. Hold on.
Yeah,
want to complain?
Yeah, I brought the table into the community center. Just like all the wood is just spread out, and everyone's like, "What is this?" I'm like, "It's my project."
It's my project.
Is this IT
You
related?
get to
Yeah,
bring in
definitely.
pictures of your kids. I bring in the table.
Hey, is it IT related?
How they go together.
Well,
Kind
I'm IT
of.
and I'm doing it, so
Yeah, it kind of is. Is it for them? No. No, it's not.
yeah.
Oh, Mike's dead.
Yeah, that doesn't surprise me.
Nothing,
Oh,
like,
he's extra dead.
nothing like a little fraud.
Either way, we had
It
a
wasn't
great
a real
week this
one.
week. We had a great last week. Everything was cool. Everybody hopefully had a good work week.
And
And
it's
was
just
chill and kind of, maybe, hopefully nothing terrible happened to all of you.
I'm back to
Other than
normal.
Mike.
Yay.
I'm finally
Stuff
fully
always happens to me.
staffed.
Let's be real
What
here.
was changed? Oh,
If you're not
schedule
doing
got
it to
weird,
yourself,
right?
it's just the world is mad at you. I don't know.
Hey, I'm just saying that wall jumped out at me. And yeah, I was.
But at least you didn't get a forklift through your rear window of your vehicle.
Wait, who did?
That guy.
That sounds like a cool story.
Can anybody guess who that happened to?
It's really not that cool.
It's like
I thought
it's
it was
Blue's
really
Clues.
sucks,
It's like,
you know.
do you see who had their window broken? Do you see? Where is it, audience? Where? Oh, is it there?
I thought it was
Can the
you.
mouse come on the screen that clicks on me? It's like, yes!
Yes, you did it. Thanks, chat.
Yeah.
Whose clues? Non-copyright dogs clues.
Yeah. Non-copyrightable dogs clues.
Bad.
Oh man, yeah, no DMC is here. Please no. We're gonna talk about the DMCA.
DMCAA.
It's like
Yeah.
And now we're taking off. The
Yeah.
song's not finished.
Yeah, exactly. Sorry guys, but that was a joke I could not pass up. See you next Friday.
You can hang with the lawyers in court.
Oh my god.
That was good.
Everybody's a better bard than you, right?
Just kill me.
Oh man, if you want to jump on this, like, you might as well. Like, any old thing will work, at this point.
I'll take your goddamn tags.
Listen, you can't put her on the spot. It's her craft. It comes naturally.
Yeah, that's fair.
Give me your sword. I'll go right through the center. We'll fucking pay for that.
Center of everything. Speaking of, 2 out of our 3 new emotes were approved. One of them being our tier 3, which is the awesome super natty one in the white nat 20 with the blood puddle on the bottom. So you should definitely tier 3 subscribe and just pick that bad boy up. Just saying, you get all the other ones. And then also Bork by popular demand and by being basically the only thing that any of you bothered to mention and recommend goes to Malachi.
He's talking to the
Awesome
chat,
idea.
not us. All right. He's talking.
Mention center.
Yeah, I'm talking to chat.
Now I dropped 7 borks in the chat.
Yeah.
Oh, the board.
But,
Yeah, there you go.
Dick, you can't.
This
We
is
do have our
mine.
fireball. It is on the way, so that will be another tier 1 emo, and we earned our 5th, of course. So 5th tier 1 emo. So we're still trying to figure out what that's going to be. We're going to commission another one of those for you. But yeah, so that's what's going on. But more importantly, I don't know if you guys know this, chat, but it's September.
September.
Tier 1 subs are 50% off. Brought to you by Subway.
Subway. Eat fresh.
Subway.
Don't have inappropriate relationships with minors.
Brand new tier 1 subs and gifted subs that are extended to first time on a
That's
channel,
Subway's
blah blah
official
blah,
opinion, by the
50% off. So Twitch doesn't get a cut. We got our full $2.49 out of the subs. So now is the best time to support your favorite streamers, all of them. Just do
Yeah.
all of them.
Just do them all. You can do twice the streamers you normally do.
Yeah.
Just think about it that way.
Oh, yeah.
So it is in fact September. So
Yeah,
hopefully-
Great Paladin Art. Great Paladin Art has a
Great
stream.
Paladin Art does
Yeah,
have a
so
stream, and
that
it's
other
super
half
awesome.
that you would normally be using on us, you can go use on him.
Yeah.
He's
He
cool.
paints minis.
Yeah.
Awesome minis, like 40K minis.
Oh,
He has
I
that
posted
new
it.
white scars.
He
And-
posted that picture today. That thing is bad.
Yeah, he
Yeah.
posted a picture on our Discord. You can go to our Discord down below to check
And
it
it's
out.
just Trader Marine
Yeah,
Tuesdays.
yeah.
Yeah.
Not only does he paint minis, he's
He pimps
He
them out.
pimps the minis.
he's talented.
Yeah.
So check it out.
And he's actually a really nice guy.
Yeah.
So I'm just saying.
I like
I'm
his
not going to hold
accent.
it against him that he's European.
Yeah, if
No.
if it counts for
Like
anything,
my
he's,
cousin across the pond.
he's a really nice guy.
You know?
I like his accent. Don't make fun of it.
Yeah, that's fine.
He was praising him.
He was praising
I
it.
love his accent.
Imitation is the highest form of flattery,
Yeah.
right?
Except for when it isn't.
Except for when it's not. Yeah, he just backhanded imitation.
Zemo.
They still
called
charge you
Zemo.
full price? That's messed up.
That is messed up. Rough.
September for everyone but you.
Yeah, apparently. I'd call Twitch, put in a ticket, and be like, hey, how come you charged me $4.99 for this September sub?
Yeah, well, that's messed up.
Either way, so it's supposed to work. Mileage may vary,
Textil's here.
or kilometers may vary, whatever.
Oh, Texas.
It's September for only where the subway exists in
Ooh.
America.
Yeah.
You know?
It's an American.
Right, it's an
thing.
American thing, you know.
That's not very
Textil's
nice.
here.
Because over there where they have like biscuit way or
Textil's
something.
going
You
to
know?
be running his own D&D game. He spent a bunch of money on the books and everything he's going to be playing.
And he learned how to read?
Yeah. We know you're not here, but you're getting roasted anyways. Yeah.
Wow!
I feel bad.
man! Wow!
I feel a little bad. I
It
feel
is
bad.
out of here.
Yeah, it was out of my mouth, and now it's out there. I can't take it back.
Verbal
That's Alex.
karate, dude.
Verbal
Oh, he
judo.
says if you sub this month, your next one is half off.
Your next one is out half off? Is that how it is?
Is that
I think
how?
it's-
That's not
I
how
don't think
they're.
that's how that's described.
That sounds terrible.
Yeah, that doesn't sound like their press release that we read.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't think that's
Yeah.
what it even says over the thing when you click. Because I was going to sub to you, Grey Paladin, but I couldn't get PayPal to work because when I went to sub, it gave me a $2.49 price.
So I was gonna
I gotta
say,
get
are they
some.
really just promoting buy one get one half off? Like they're freaking some store somewhere, you know?
Maybe.
Maybe
Emote
European
store?
markets, I don't know.
Yeah,
Kind
maybe,
of
maybe it's a
emote
market thing.
Emote store.
Could be a market thing.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Yeah.
We should ask. We should find out.
Let's
Maybe.
get to the bottom of this.
Get the news.
Yeah, that's the Alex you know and love, you know, and we would be way meaner, but we're just not going to do it.
Yeah.
We're just, we're not going to do it, man.
I don't
that's
change.
Alex's show.
It's how I
I'll
am.
hit you open the DMs and your feel bads.
Slide into them. Fuck that shit. I'm gonna smash it.
Unfortunately, I gotta go drive somewhere. It sounds like a convenient made-up excuse, so you can go cry in the bathroom by yourself.
Cry in the shower so no one can see your tears.
Hey, Tibbs, what's up? Oh my God, everybody's showing up tonight. I'm super happy. This is awesome.
Good night!
It is a good night.
Tibbies.
So, that's important to go over. Not only that, but we have a
Fires.
list of awesome followers and stuff. Thank you, Grey Paladin. Grey Paladin is super supportive of the stream, and we are super supportive of his stream. So please, everybody, make sure you go check him out. Check out his VODs. See his. If you paint minis, and you want to just hang out with someone really cool and just like chill and watch him do the work,
Yeah.
like he's a great stream to be in, and I can't recommend him any more
Kima.
higher than that. And Kima, she's super awesome too, playing Starview, doing things DM prep, painting her 3D printed miniatures and stuff. We have a lot of fun. We share a lot of DM stuff. Speaking of Bork, spam those if you got them in the chat, because the dog did bark to now.
Spam him.
Flash a beer.
Not seeing the sub button. It says that you already you got that Twitch Prime thing next to their Texil, so I don't know if
Well, it says he's good. So maybe his Twitch Prime isn't available yet, but if he
Yeah.
is on phone, then the sub button won't be there. So it'll actually have to be, I believe it's www.twitch.tv/LegendaryActionOfficial/subscribe is how you get there.
Shop.
Rough.
Oh,
I thought they had it.
Kima22 subscribed to Tier 1. Thank you so
Oh,
much.
thank you so
Kima.
much,
You
Kima.
are awesome. I would do the whole spiel about you being in the Hall of Legends and all that, and the tomes, but like you are already in our
She's in the
Discord
trenches.
on a regular basis.
She's
I guess
hanging
make
out
it
in the
official.
corner with a chisel, just
Now you
Get
get to
your
have a
story on
fancy orange color next to your name and be at the top with
that?
the cool kids who are also sub to us. You know, at the top of the list.
What the heck?
it's an
All that good
animal.
stuff.
It's an animal
As a heads up,
under the table.
Yeah,
Nabo,
Nabano Dex, right?
I would
Something
cut
like
that
that.
Nabo.
There we go. There's the Twitch Prime sub with Texo. So you got it.
Yeah.
Congratulations.
Okay,
And thank you so much for your support.
Yeah, thank you so much, everybody, for being here in general.
Yeah, and Kima, much like Grey Paladin, she does all that DM prep. I honestly go into these guys' Twitches just to like zen out. Even when I'm not doing anything, I'll just put them on.
There's the Bork again.
'Cause
Holy
they're
crap.
really friendly,
Wow,
real
that's
nice.
louder than normal.
They talk to you, which is awesome.
She
Yeah.
barked in a tunnel.
That's probably one of the best things. Is like you're like, hey, and they're like, oh, hey, and it doesn't just slide off into infinity.
Yeah, exactly. These people are all awesome. Also, another one of our major big supporters, Lonnie Lightning. I honestly can't sing his praises enough. The guy's amazing. He's super supportive of the stream. He's gifted subs in here plenty of times at this point, and vice versa. We spend a lot of time. I cannot recommend, other than our own two, Meta Mike and Rowan Doyle here, like, aside from those two, the three of them together give you nothing but hours of entertainment. So make sure you go check him out as well. Consider giving me a sub.
A lot of first-person shooting action.
Yeah, a lot of first-person shooting action.
And Lonnie works.
And WoW. He played WoW, actually.
Oh, did he play WoW?
Yeah, he played WoW a little bit, too.
He played
Good, I knew he was
a
talking
Tony
about it.
Clarkson game.
What?
And then he does his viewer games
You
on
mean
Thursday.
Tom Clancy?
Tom Clancy, there you go.
Tony Clarkson.
That's hilarious.
Is that like a Tony Hawk ripoff here? Like,
Is that off-brand?
Tony Clarkson.
Is generic brand.
First-person skateboarder.
I almost feel like it's like the band manager simulator, dude. It's like Tony Clarkson, like advanced manager or something, you know? It's like Tony Clark.
Love nothing but discount Shasta.
Discount it.
Sorry, but yeah, Tom Clancy.
You got backed up right, Doritos.
Yeah, like you had a love child. I agree.
Kima.
Yeah, exactly.
Kima, I am sorry. It is just stone foam. We didn't have the budget for the real stuff.
It's real enough in our hearts.
Yeah. We're actually looking at putting stuff on the walls. We have an art project here coming on. Amanda's heading that up for us. So expect to see some stuff on the walls here within the next few months, probably. Next month or so.
So those that are on mobile and like to stub, mainly just because I just did it a moment ago.
yeah, I've already got it.
What you do is you make sure your phone is in vertical formation, so that way the chat's on the bottom. Click on the wow. My eyes went whack.
I noticed.
I was doing it in my head. My eyes were like focused on the imaginary dots. You swipe the image down or click on the image, and it should bring up our title and our name. To the right of it, it should say subscribe in a hollow gold color.
Like a bubble?
Yeah.
Or you can click that
So
link I put in
yeah,
the chat.
click.
Yeah, or click.
I don't think they can see.
You click that, and you then do that.
Oh, okay. That's on the bottom.
Or click the link in the chat that I just put there. And I'll
Yeah.
just make a command
How
for that. As
dare you!
Blood.
Amazing.
Rumble?
Oh, yeah.
Stuff all over
That's a
the
good
place.
one.
And-
People are dropping stuff. The dog's
Good
barking. This is a
stimulus.
great day.
Dude, it feels good right
Keep
there.
going.
Yeah.
There you go.
Yeah.
That's what you're looking for.
It's real in my mind. Don't ruin my immersion.
On top of the fact that it's September, though, we are still working towards that 500 follower giveaway, which Grey Paladin Art helped us with a great deal. We picked up a few subs from, or not subs, we picked up a few extra follows from your channel. We really appreciate it. So we have a list of these people that we're going to give them shout outs. We got a new sub and a few new follows, so
Yeah, so
take care of that.
I'm going to go through the follows. So we got Mortal 47. I don't have a stutter. Why is this happening? Mortal 47, Prozac Jr., Zealous Hunter 1946, Zedej, Bunny IP Studios, That Mr. Shy, Wolf Wraith, oh my god, Wolf Wraith, Robbie Extra, I swear I read these ahead of time just so I wouldn't screw up with this, J-Dog 2019, and then just today, Texil.
Yeah.
Yeah, so thank you so much, all of you. We're that much closer to our 500 follower giveaway.
Yeah,
Yeah.
which is the Dungeons & Dragons 5th edition core rulebook set limited edition version, plus dice, plus your choice of 2 pounds of fudge of your choice of flavor from Fudge Living Craze, plus probably one of our shirts, and then minis, so you can do an encounter with people and stuff. So, yeah, it's good stuff, man. It's going to be
Umber
great.
Hulk.
Yeah,
And Umber Hulk.
Yeah,
I
the Umber
remembered.
Hulk. Kobolds, Umber Hulk, minis, adventurers. You can use them in a variety of different classes. We picked them that way on purpose.
Mhm.
Yeah. So, don't forget, force all your friends, come follow us. Guilt trip them, family members, whoever, extort them, whatever. Just as long as they hit that follow button.
Share it.
Share.
And then
Speaking
force
of
them to
share.
play D&D with you once you win.
Oh,
Yeah, maybe.
so that Mr. Shy apparently is a streamer that Kima knows, and he does Magic the Gathering
Yeah.
alteration on cards. That's
Yeah.
super cool.
Oh, well.
Really good stuff too. He did a Saint Celestine out of one of the angels.
Let's do it. I can't.
Yeah.
I can't do it on my phone.
It was really good.
Can't do what?
I can't come up with a link on the phone.
Why not?
And it's the giveaway's at
And-
500 followers. So
Maybe
That's
someone
true.
should
That
give me
is
mod
how we got
privileges
Papa
and I
Swollen. We made him feel bad
Oh,
until he followed us.
Or it's there.
and started showing.
He's
and then he's like,
Can I
you
do
know,
that?
this is better than I
Hi, Kid
expected.
Viking.
Mod.
Welcome to the channel. How's it going? How's your day going? We love you. Welcome to the Hall
He's a
Legends.
I have
Viking.
a real question. Do you really have a kilt? I want to know.
There's two items.
If you're legit.
Mhm.
Kilted Viking, thank you very much. Norwegian, of Norwegian descent. Okay.
It's okay, Sasha.
Yeah.
The
No,
Jammer's
it's not
here.
okay.
the other dogs are
Fudgeman.
bullshit. We get it.
Speaking of fudge, Jammer 1 is the fine purveyor of Fudge Love and Craze. So if you have any questions, fudge-related questions, maybe about like shipping prices to the UK there, Great Paladin Art, you should hit him up and ask him.
Yeah. Flavors,
Flavors.
stuff he's working
flavor?
on.
Tell me what's your
He has
flavor.
6 kilts,
6 kilts.
so he's prepared.
That's 6 more than I have.
I just
Three more than I
imagine.
have. It's true.
I just imagine this buff Viking with the Viking helmet, and then he's like getting ready to go to school, and his mom's like, "Don't forget your next kilt, just in case."
Yeah.
This is my travel kilt. I have my kilts in an assortment of colors. This is my fancy kilt for when I feel fancy.
Don't get blood on your nice guilt.
That's your dress kilt.
If you get blood on your kilt, it better be the blood of your enemies.
Always bring an extra kilt on the raids.
So I just have to make sure. Kilt is
Professional
that.
really tender at the end of it.
Kilt is that clothing article, right?
Yeah.
Okay. Just want to make sure. I thought it was called a hilt.
It's a kilt.
No.
That's the handle of the sword.
That's a hilt. Sword
Or any
handle is
kind
a
of
hilt.
The hilt kilt.
Really, it's a hilt.
Maybe
Yeah.
commonly found near a kilt.
Yeah. It's,
Yeah.
it looks.
Yes, we
You-
are
you've
very
probably
easily
seen 'em.
derailed in life. when
They
things
kind of look
amuse
like
us.
plaid skirts.
This is who we are as
No
people.
offense.
Get us on any subject that we enjoy, we will immediately just that direction.
No, we are not as of yet derailed. This is we like to spend time right before we start playing, like catching up with our audience and hanging out and
Yeah.
seeing how their day's going and joke around and stuff, as well as mix in the announcements. Which, by the way, yeah, join our Discord for more of this nonsense.
Yeah, for more
We are good
nonsense.
at nonsense.
And we're
That's
also.
all we're good
In the
at.
words of
These
one,
people don't watch us for D&D; they're here for this nonsense.
it's true.
But speaking of the Discord, we're tossing around some projects and some ideas for the channel, and we'll also probably be asking you guys what you think, because you're the audience. It doesn't it matters less what we think. If we don't want to give you stuff like for upcoming giveaways, like do you want books? Do you want dice? Do you want gift cards for games? Because a lot of you are PC gamers too. It's like, do you want minis? Like, what kind of stuff do you want? So, like, stuff like that and other projects we're working on, like, we'll be talking about that in the Discord. So if you want to have some input on that, that's also where you can find that kind of information.
Printable scenery terrain.
Yeah, printable scenery terrain. You missed out if you did not hop on to that Core Haven
Well, they didn't really miss out. They
Kickstarter.
don't own 3D printers, so it's kind of like, if you do own a 3D printer and you didn't jump on that, you missed out.
Yeah, that's fair. If you do own a 3D printer and you didn't hop on that, you're probably missing out. You can still buy it. It's just going to be a little bit more
I'll
expensive.
just mark
You-
up like
yeah.
one building's like $90. No big deal.
No big deal. Actually,
Not
I
even
believe, just in case you didn't have the money and now you do, they do have a late backer that's like $30 more than if you had backed it right off the bat. So you still have your chance. You just have to know to go looking for it. But it's in there. Don't let them trick you. If you want all the stuff, don't buy it itemized. They sell it in sets. So, it's what I do. I'm the 3D printer here. I do that stuff. Yeah. Like the minis for the giveaway.
Yeah, go in there and mark out.
Resin prints off a photon, 0.02 millimeter heights, all that stuff. If you want to talk to me about that, you can catch me in the Discord as well.
Yeah. Pet-friendly environment.
did you just say?
He's talking about
Well,
3D printing.
yeah, it's a resolution. So, kind of like image
I was
prints
kidding.
have a resolution
I was
too.
kidding.
So if it's 0.02 millimeters,
I get it,
that means for
Sasha.
every
I got some
millimeter,
bullshit.
there's like
Yeah.
5 layers.
Resolution? You mean like that Constitution?
No, not at all. Anyway,
Is that a roll you can make in game?
I will take your
I wanna be
plastic
level
and throw it in the
five
sea,
lumberjack.
sir.
well, if it's a PLA print, it's biodegradable, so you can go ahead and do that. Compost heap. They
Print some
compost.
everlasting fudge. Ooh.
Subject matter expert.
Yeah.
I can just print fudge.
You've been challenged to print a kilt.
To print a kilt,
Yep.
I can print a mini with a kilt.
No, print a kilt.
There is actually people experimenting with 3D printing fabric as well as meshes for plastic to make a plastic fabric where it's almost like chainmail, and they smooth it out on both sides and it prints. So you get like sections, and then you put them all together with other pieces of plastic. So I saw a guy, he actually made a 3D printed quilt.
Welcome
Pretty
to
big.
the world of
I have
tomorrow.
trees.
Yeah, ignore me.
That's
Oh,
a
tree.
tree.
Listen, it's fine to mulligan tonight, but you should never have prior plans on a Friday night. You belong to us. I'm just saying, man. I'm just
Okay,
saying.
I'm gonna miss you.
Yeah, we're gonna miss you, but yeah, don't let this happen.
Ooh, that's what I want to see, 3D printed chainmail.
Ooh.
Like big
Have
chainmail.
fun.
Have a good time.
Yeah, we appreciate you. We appreciate you just stopping by and saying hi.
Yeah.
Love it.
Yeah. Believe it or not, sometimes when we don't see you guys for a while, we wonder
If you're okay.
if you're okay and
Yeah.
how things are going with you.
Yeah.
You mean
It's
the
not-
world to us, and if you're not here, it's like a part of us isn't there.
Yeah.
That was
Exactly.
beautiful.
Yeah.
Yeah, who'd you steal that from? Because we know it's not from you being a bard.
It came from the accent.
No.
The accent just made it weird.
The accent knows.
The accent.
Like Trailer Park Boys, it's like the liquor knows.
The liquor
knows
The accent knows all.
The accent knows. When I slip into the accent, I get smarter.
But well, I think that takes care of our announcements and some of the stuff. We went over we did our shout-outs for the new subs, for the new follows,
New emotes.
giveaway, new emotes. We're still waiting on that last one to be approved because for some reason Twitch approved 2 of them, but not the 3rd one at the same time.
Because too good. They're busy. They're awestruck, is
Yeah.
what it is.
And then yeah, I think that takes care of it. You know.
Navo asked an interesting question. Have we come up with? Have we given the chat a name yet?
Have we given? No, we have not.
I don't think we have.
Not really.
Hall of Legends.
No,
That's our
We
that's
have
the
that-
Discord.
Yeah,
I get
that's
it,
the
but
Discord.
It works, you know.
Yeah, but like, what do we call the people in our chat? What are they?
Legends.
Yeah, they're legends.
They're
Every
legends.
one of
That's
them.
why they
I almost
exist
said
in the hall.
legends of the day after today, but I think that's
If they
the
have
one
a
I
better
can see.
idea, they
Yeah.
can put it
Yeah,
out
they
there.
can. They can start naming themselves if they
Yeah,
want.
you
You
can
know.
name yourself.
Yeah, and then you guys all fight.
Legendary butts official.
Look, Mike, there's little names next to them. That's what you call them.
Yeah.
No, they want to know.
You fool!
I'm sorry, I'm blind.
I know you think they're just pretty colors, Mike, but there's words.
Yeah,
They
they're
can't-
people.
I can't see now.
Put those back on. That is my disability. Get out of here.
Get your own disability, like diabetes or something. Here's some Mountain Dew. Have it. Not sponsored by Mountain Dew.
Legendary fudge.
No. But it's still good.
Baseball still a thing? I'm sorry, I totally forgot about it because football started.
Football.
The old ball and stick.
What's
What is
baseball?
that? Yeah.
American pastime? I've never heard of it.
Apple pie.
No, it's all about Australian football.
Soccer.
He
not
will
American.
if he
It's
can't
not
move
American.
himself.
Yes.
Yeah, you mean
Americana.
soccer?
No.
No,
No.
it's a thing, but it's like soccer and rugby put together.
And basketball.
Sort of. I
Is
don't
it,
know.
is
Yeah.
it ball kick?
It doesn't even sound like football. It just sounds like the ball game. Is there a ball?
There is a ball.
It's
Yeah,
it's a ball game.
It's a.
It's just a ball game. But you know, it's not baseball.
Good job, Malachi. That's why we keep you around.
That's a great quote. I love it. Get your own disability, Mike.
Get your own.
So I assume we fixed the audio with the intro, right? Did we fix that? Is it gonna work?
Yeah.
No.
It's definitely gonna work.
I'm gonna be
Definitely gonna work.
100% honest with everyone in the chat and you.
50-50?
There's
or what?
There's a 7 out of 10 chance this is gonna work.
I like those odds.
Those are
Let's
good
rock.
odds.
There's a
Man,
70% chance.
I'll take
10% that something's wrong. 10% is probably broken, and 10% I get to fix it.
Yeah, it's like I listened to it when I rendered it, so I know the render has it.
Hold up.
I don't know.
Okay, we're good. Everything broke for a second. Yeah, like legitimately, everything on that can be just
Just
and it's
froze.
fine. And then we missed you. You like disappeared. You got banished to the shadow realm there for a solid second.
Internet's
The
been a little
shadow
weird
fell.
the last 2 days.
The shadow fell. Yeah, forgive any interruptions.
Or don't, and hold it against us, and then we'll hold it against you.
That's only fair.
Your choice.
Yeah. We'll just have a really toxic relationship.
It's very toxic.
But it'll be so toxic, every other relationship will seem dull, and you'll
Yeah.
wonder where the passion is in your life, and you'll
Yeah.
come back.
Yeah, you'll come back.
But this intro is for your viewing pleasure.
Yeah.
Enjoy.
Viewing, not listening. So if the sound doesn't work, mind to own.
Just whistle your own song or
A
something.
deaf guy made it. It's just a fact. A deaf
Bye,
guy.
Mr. Tibbs. It's a pleasure.
Bye, TV.
Bye,
Have a
Tibbs.
good night.
We need to play some magic.
Won't you come play
Don't
D&D?
leave me.
Don't leave him.
Won't you roll some dice?
Gavin with that stuff he said.
And the player
Yeah,
of
shout out
the
to that tier 1 sub. Gavin, what is up, man? Again, I would say the whole spiel, like, welcome to the Hall of Legends, but man, you've been in our Discord since, like, we first started, so
Yeah, you're like
you're there.
one of the OG fans.
I was just talking to you earlier today.
Yeah. For that, you get some game tips. We'll talk to you about your game some more.
Yeah.
And be friends. And
Yeah.
we'll do that for the people who don't
We
sub.
be
Anyway, because we like talking about the game.
be friends.
That's what we do.
We can.
You know, you would be surprised how many.
Table.
Yeah, you'd be surprised how many game conversations we have, and by the end of it, we're like, man, we really should have been streaming when we talked about that.
That's true.
True.
That's true.
D&D.
Either way, we're going to run the intro, so we'll see you in about a minute and 40 seconds, so don't go anywhere.
I'm the
So
coolest
just
character.
Cool.
when you
harshly
come
for this
back,
work.
the bard will stop talking over me and let me do my spiel. Okay, I'm done now.
Don't judge the kobolds. I'm only vice kobold. I'm not in charge of this.
Hi.
Alright, so now
I
we're
like
back.
orange.
Yeah, just be super
That's good.
excited. If you like it now,
Yeah.
Grey Paladin, just wait till all that official character art gets done, because we've had some character deaths. And
Yeah.
and finding artists who want to make money drawing for us has actually been quite a challenge. And I just don't understand.
No sound.
But we
Audio's
did
bad.
find one.
All right.
It's
I
the
do it for
millennial
free.
We're
thing.
going to be working on
I
it.
do it for free.
Yeah, we'll use those. We do.
We have a certain standard of quality.
And
No
yours
offense.
matches it.
Oh yeah, you're great. Yeah,
I'm not
but we should
pandering at
really
all.
we should save yours for our private collection.
Yeah.
I think hers. I like hers though.
No, hers are nice.
Yeah, I actually like them, man.
We just make them all chibi.
They're
They're kind of
There's
chibi.
no sound again for the intro?
No, I was there. I
No.
heard it.
Yeah, I heard it.
Just took you a second to come back.
to unmute, I think is what it was.
Yeah.
To unmute.
Yeah, I
No,
heard
it's
it.
definitely unmuted.
Yeah.
No.
No, when we got back, there was a second where it was.
Oh yeah,
unmuted.
when we come back, sometimes it takes a second. Make sure that the audio is back because
Reasons.
reasons,
Stuff.
Mind your own business.
I'm an amateur.
That's right, audience.
I'm a chef.
Heard it.
I'm a chef.
Oh my god! I just realized that I forgot to write out the recap from last week. I did all
yeah.
that other stuff, but I forgot to do that.
Great.
But
Who
what
remembers what
happened,
happened?
Andy?
Well, I mean,
You were there.
I don't
And you were
know.
there.
I was not there. Hey, this is the first time I can say I
This
was
isn't
not
about
there.
me.
Andy,
I was
about your
inebriated.
notes.
Well, Andy, do you need to like look me up? Or you just, I was gonna say, never mind.
So last episode,
Andy,
Yeah, I remember what happened last week. We're good.
Andy,
Tell me
there
about
was
it.
a
I had
hurricane.
enough of time. I was not gonna offer like we could go through and introduce ourselves to the people who have not been here.
Shh, I'm waiting for story time.
Yeah. Look, man, we have nameplates, and you can find the descriptions of who's playing which character down below.
Wait, where?
Okay? I don't want to hold your hands.
Change places.
Right there?
Yeah, like down there. Like down
Oh, no,
below.
sorry, right there. Right
On the-
there.
Plus our socials and our link to the Discord, the Hall of Legends, and all the other stuff. It's all down there, including
It's all-
schedule and stuff.
It's all down there.
Yeah, it's down there somewhere.
It's all down there. I redid all of it, so
Hold on. If
any
our site
criticism can
crashes-
be at me. Here, claw.
We found an artist after a lot of trial and error, so they're working on it now.
Art takes
They're
time.
also the same person who's doing our emotes, so it's just taking time.
Yeah.
Yeah, it takes time.
Takes time.
But we did go through a surprising amount of no's and no and
Well-
sorry I can't make money. I don't know. It's
Well,
dumb.
yeah. The fact of the matter is, character art not that bad. Character art, when they find out you're going to put it on a stream in the internet and how copyright and licensing works, rough.
Yeah.
It's like, oh, your character died, $400. So
I
rough.
will never unchain them.
Well,
Yeah.
never.
Never, Oak Tree.
Never.
You can't give me enough bits to let them go.
Well,
They're
there's your
mine.
disability, Mike. Let's cut the leg. You can be a pirate. We'll give you a stick, shove it in there, and you'll get a peg leg.
He's already a pirate.
Yar. Yar, matey.
Mr. Mason.
Now I be the pirate of the table.
Yarr.
Don't you question my authority.
Ah.
Meet my parrot, Polly.
Your Kenku parrot?
Yeah, my Kenku parrot.
She's only tried to kill me 7 times.
I raided another ship. Believe it or not, they give it to me for free.
Give it to me for free.
Mr. Mason, what did I tell you about bringing that bird upon my vessel?
It's my bird. It's as much a part of me as my peg leg.
When you're part of my crew, you're obeyed by my laws.
Is this a mutiny? I'm captain here.
Give me your pig leg. I wish to stab him.
I promise we're not doing a one-shot tonight.
I don't know if I'm drunk, but it sounds like the same guy.
Where is your pirate hat? My pirate hat is far more fancy than yours.
I challenge you to an R-off.
An aura. Arr! Me money. Arr! Rough.
Derailed.
If you want to know what derail looks like, that's it.
Welcome to the pirate game.
No,
Bye,
Brenda, we
Jen.
just ran the intro.
Say hi to the
We're
family.
just waiting.
I'm legitimately saying you can look up the word in the dictionary. Derail. It's not going to show someone derail.
Did you turn that on when you were back there?
No.
Speaker?
No.
I just plugged it.
Here. Go scrub the decks.
Just curious.
You scumbucket.
The answer be no there, Captain.
Yeah, because it's not picking it up.
Oh, my toe!
Hey, Dan, we were talking about fudge earlier. You missed it.
He was here first.
Oh, it
If
was
your wife
here.
has a migraine, then you should just stop bothering her because that's probably where it came from.
Oh. Oh.
Mic drop.
Please try using the audio.
Have a good night.
When did we get a Swedish kobold?
Have a good night. We're here every Friday.
Grown
Yeah,
smarter.
best of luck.
He has grown. Okay, the
He said,
kobold
oh
has
snap.
gotten better.
Yeah, that's right. That's right.
Mr. DM, if you could kindly test the audio and see if it works this time around. I'll say
Well, light's blinking, so.
The light is blinking,
The
but it
light
does
is
not mean
blinking.
that it is working. Unfortunately, with technology, just because it looks on does not mean it's on.
Means it's got faith.
I mean,
It was because she saw you.
close enough.
Just because it's on does not mean it's on.
I mean, it's usually on when it's on. It's just like, is it gonna work?
And now I migrate.
I see it blinking.
Well done.
It's on.
Perception passed.
I have the highest perception in the party.
You know, weirdly enough, perception is a wisdom-based skill.
Weird.
Weird.
Yeah, I'm good at it. Huzzah!
That was a low-key
Ha! Rogue is good.
jab. Ugh. Doesn't really work when you don't pick the wisdom score so low. It's that double proficiency that does it. It's double proficiency.
It's not like registering it's connected for some reason.
What?
Got up to fight. Back to back, they rolled each other. Then they drew some swords and shot each other.
Early one
What?
evening last
A
night,
deaf
two
policeman
players
heard
got
the
up to
noise.
fight, and back to back they loved each other.
It's,
and
it's
they
an
drew
old
some
nonsense
swords
rhyme.
and
Yeah.
shot each
Oh,
other.
is it?
Yeah.
Deaf policeman heard the noise.
It's a good one. It's a classic.
I've never heard it before. Is it because I'm un-American?
I mean, you're not un-American. You're just
Uneducated.
You're pretty American. How long have you lived here?
Right, you just live here for years and years and choose not to be American.
it's just like you see a barber, she's sitting there, and there's like Americans like, woo! And there's the other barber going, no, go away. Sit in the corner.
That's fine.
Stay there.
Didn't you come here 8 years ago?
That's a long time.
That's a high score.
I came to the United States of America when it was 38 degrees Celsius. The time was still.
Is that a cold day in hell? I don't know metric.
I don't know either. Is that cold or hot?
Gosh.
It's all about the metric system.
Hold on.
No, it's really about using both. See, it's
No.
about deciding which one is more beneficial. Are you measuring your height?
Yeah, I am 177 centimeters
Yeah,
tall.
you use
How many
centimeters.
stones
You're
are
measuring
you?
your weight? Pounds.
How many stones are you?
No, because pounds makes it look like a smaller number.
Really?
Yeah.
Kilograms is way less than a pound.
Yeah, that's why it
Like-
becomes
like-
more when you...
Yeah.
Never mind. She doesn't understand. She doesn't get it. It's fine. It's fine. It's fine. She didn't get it.
I try to understand.
I want to troubleshoot all these devices because it is not working.
Last time on Legendary Action.
We had technical problems. Join us next week when we have technical problems.
Balin got ass-face drunk.
I did not become ass-face drunk. I
Well,
became
in fairness, he started out at
vomit.
face.
I
Then he
won
got
a
drunk.
bunch of knife
Yeah.
games.
Why do you have
I'm
to smack
so
the table
good.
as hard as you can with your ring?
Yeah, with your ring.
It's been a while since I've worn it. I forget I have it on.
Like,
Alright.
He was trying to
you're
be
denting the
big.
table and blowing out the audience's ears.
I forget I... Okay, now.
The table's tough.
There now, alright? It's on the floor, away from everyone.
Like it's intentional. Ah, I threw it on the ground. It totally wasn't a mistake.
Like, you don't have to fight for your space in a conversation. You're so loud. Me, on the other hand, give me it, and I will fucking slam it every time I want to come in.
Damn it, men! We're trying to do a recap here.
Yes, I did. I did get my hair cut.
It is not registering that there's a device plugged into it.
Did you
Thank you for
plug it
noticing.
in the right one?
Oh, is it plugged in?
Tried it in phone now for some reason.
Attack it with humidity.
Yes, I believe if I fireball the laptop.
Yeah,
A
just
little coffee.
just ambient humidity, just enough to make it uncomfortable.
The laptop turns to an image
Scalding
and
coffee.
eats you.
I like it.
Scalding cough. Oh gosh.
Dude, I'm just gonna do primal savagery, you know, the one where you get like claws
I'm gonna
and
restart
nails
it,
and shit.
see
I'm
if
just gonna...
that does anything.
Well,
whatsoever.
We started with the new
Start.
with the device plugged into it.
So,
Last week's episode.
Things happen. People got drunk.
We didn't do a
There's a
whole lot.
girl.
we talked a lot.
No, actually,
Yeah.
there was a
There's a
lot.
roleplay happening.
Yeah, through a rock.
A day went by. All right.
No,
Hold
there,
on.
there was something very important. We had character growth.
Well,
Did-
It only
Yeah,
matters if it sticks.
Yeah, it's only
That's
growth.
very true.
Yeah.
If there's growth.
it was a character reveal. Sorta.
I very much lied to you guys.
Amphibious?
I
Dying?
just told you what you wanted to hear, so you'd leave me alone. I didn't grow as a person at all.
I'm actually a lich in disguise out to kill you all.
If that were true, why have you died a couple times?
So really selfish.
No one said he was good.
But yeah. But how do you know it was like permadeath? He did come back.
He did come back.
Baby, come back.
And you guys believe it was a rock that brought him back. I mean...
You guys didn't trust Riken. This guy.
This guy right here.
First off,
It was
he's
actually his
ginger.
phylactery. He's in league with an off all the time.
You don't attack the character, you attack the player.
Yeah.
Pissed off this guy.
She's like, Balin, yes, you're a ginger.
Amanda.
No, I'm not. I see through your lies.
Amanda, get my gun.
That is one ginger lich. Kill it.
Gingers are born naturally liches. We have no souls.
Out of everybody in the party, you got like like the dirtiest history. Like, I got a vampire and werewolf problem. It's not much. My
Yeah.
friends go missing. It's like,
Yeah, I
it's
just-
fucking sketchy as shit.
Let's go missing. Join my party. Join us.
What are your hobbies, Dan? Writing notes in my mysterious book and studying dark rituals.
You want to share it to us? No, I'm not that type of bard. I'm really good with a sword. You're a fighter? Like, what are you?
I'm really good with a sword. I just don't use a sword.
I'm a human, but also half elf. What? Pick one. You just half everything.
Guys, it also turns out I know a little bit of wizard spells. Don't be alarmed.
I got a stick.
I also spend time in the Feywild.
You know, we're in that
I
Feywild
may
for a
have acquired a
while.
patron. You don't know.
How long were you alone with that fate?
A long time. I may have a patron long time.
You pray a lot.
There's
for a
definitely some
bard.
shady shit going on that side. of
Yeah.
I pray a lot
Now,
for a
now that we're
bard.
discussing things, I'm not sure I fucking buy that dwarf's fucking sob story.
Yeah, my favorite.
You murdered your whole town? You're terrible.
All for a lantern?
Yeah, you had this lantern that was for everyone's enjoyment, but then you took it, and you're the only one who made it out?
And it banished them to the scary place because you took the light away.
Yeah, you
Remember
took the
Shadowfell? Like
light.
the scary place?
I almost called it
scary
I almost called it
place.
Shadow Realm.
Yeah, he's about to call it Shadow Realm.
So I
Yeah,
decided to
yeah.
say scary place.
Oh,
You
you
know-
believe in the heart of the cards over there, Yugi?
Hunt every time I play Magic.
In fairness, it's basically the upside down anyway, so it's like, whatever. Well, what's in the
Well, it's in
name?
the upside down, the Shadowfell.
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
basically what it is.
They-
That's the
Embrace
comparison that they make, that
Yeah.
they use.
Yeah.
And that's super awesome.
Yeah, well, the weird
It is a good
demigorgon
show.
dogs, the demi-dogs.
Everyone is suspicious. Everyone is suspicious.
No, not everyone is suspicious.
Just everyone
You
at
only
this
say
table.
that.
No, not the paladin.
All I hear is everybody
Oh, please.
suspicious.
Orphan? That's a good story.
Have you played D&D before? Everyone's orphans,
I know.
alright?
I'm not an orphan.
I'm not an
I
orphan
have
either
parents.
anymore.
I have a family.
I have abandonment issues with my mom, but that's completely
Why would you leave?
I like to leave
I have
mom.
parents.
I have-
I'm
I
not an
left behind a
orphan.
whole
They just
family.
left me behind.
One did. The other one was fine.
They're rich.
They are super rich.
Yeah, Mike's not even role playing. That's the thing.
You know,
His abandonment issues go way into real life.
what I haven't told you is, yes, Hargraves
No, you just
is a
Is that
Goliath,
this
which means he's
depression?
part giant, right? But the other half is DM. Just letting you know. Just telling you right now. Throwing it on the
I'm
table.
saying there's two DMs at the table. There's a problem. One must die.
Well, I'm a quarter DM on my mother's side.
There can only be one. Even if you're slightly DM, there can only be one.
Well, that's a problem.
Well, yeah. Well,
That's a problem.
I just have to get strong
Same.
enough.
Yeah, but you died. You're fine.
That's a DM. That's a DM.
That's a
a
DM.
I just have to make it
That
to
one's
epic
been
level.
known to DM
right?
occasionally.
Yeah.
I don't DM.
You DM'd a one shot in
I
Ravnica?
did.
Yeah. You're the only one who's safe.
Well,
I mean,
draw your knives, gentlemen.
A2 birthday.
The lady
Well,
will
I
judge
mean-
the winner.
well, since he is going and doing a research,
one who
do we want
spills
to go
the most
through
blood.
and introduce our character?
There,
man, a little
there
bit about
were
ourselves.
10 against the 2 toughest.
That's what the name
2
for.
ever.
I will hit you with a pen. I'd say shovel, but I feel like it's good.
I'm just quoting our get up.
Whatever, Rowan can't see. Watch this.
What makes do? Guys, we have a question.
Best
have a question.
barbarian.
What's up?
So,
What-
question for the group. What race do you think makes the best barbarian and why? And I can tell you simply because it is a fact. A fact. Half-orc.
That's pretty good, yeah.
As
Yeah.
long as you remember that you don't die.
Well,
If we're
You go
talking
to
about
one.
stats
Yeah, if you're talking about stats.
and power gaming, not
Yeah, power.
just
Like storytelling.
flavor and storytelling,
Luthor.
Because I'm saying
it's half orcs.
I've only ever played a barbarian as a tabaxi, and that was a lot of fun.
Minotaur is also pretty good.
Yeah, I played a Minotaur Barbarian.
Also
Yeah.
good.
There's a lot. You're right. There's a lot of runners up,
Yeah.
but half orc is the best one.
Yeah.
Half orcs, yeah.
No.
Half-orcs are more powerful than orcs.
Complete lie.
Orcs
Listen,
Based
get a
on
minus
stats.
2 to intelligence.
Dragonborn barbarians. Hear me out. Because as soon as you can get that feat, you can take the dragon hide. Give you a natural 13 armor.
Yeah,
But you already have an armored defense.
Yeah, unarmored defense.
No,
unarmored
that's-
defense is better than.
That stacks on top.
No.
What?
Yeah. Oh yes. Your natural armor class.
It changes from 10 to 13, so it
10 to
adds.
13.
Oh,
Yeah, but it's 13
okay,
plus your
okay.
con instead of 10 plus your con and dex. Which your con and dex could both be 5, so then you end up with a 20. Or if your con was only a 5, then you'd end up with only an 18 going your route.
No. Hear me out. I'm gonna get that plus the 13. Natural armor without clothes on goes up to a 13. Plus all your
Plus
other stats.
con is
Plus
what it
con.
says.
But you-
Specifically
but
13 plus
but you,
con.
you nix that and then take the,
Yeah, you get
the
rid of-
barbarian on armor.
Yeah.
You just
Yeah.
changed the 10 on 10 plus con plus dex to 13 plus con plus dex.
Yeah.
It's great.
Yes,
That
if
would be
your DM
really
allows
good.
it.
Tank.
I on a DM, however,
Killer.
do not.
This is my house.
Yeah, why not?
Because let me tell you, a barbarian with 23 AC seems pretty good.
Or you can just take plate, whatever,
Yeah.
and a shield. If armor is really what you're worried about as
Yeah.
a barbarian.
I guess so.
Yeah. Just take plate. Yeah.
Yeah.
Just take that flat 18. Yeah. You know.
I don't care if my half.
What do I know? I just play this game all the time. You know?
Yeah,
Alright, so
that'll
it's not
screw up your
working. So
rating.
no
A
sound
gnome
tonight,
with a
everybody.
two-handed
okay,
spoon.
So that's unfortunate because I actually made a custom soundtrack for tonight's game for some stuff. So
Oh,
you guys can't hear it. So
Damn it, Mike.
See,
Yeah.
Mike, didn't we talk about just getting a dedicated speaker set up?
hey.
What's going on?
Hey, tech support. Help me.
this
Okay,
is
tech,
awesome.
okay, I can help, but
Tech
I
support.
have a contractor's fee.
That's fine. Your fee is the seat
I
you're
just
sitting
don't
in.
like to IT outside of work.
I'm not smart enough to plug things in and back in again and see if it works.
Tell him he also has to call you and be on hold anywhere from 2 minutes to 24 hours.
I'll call Nick and we'll be a direct line.
We'll schedule a time
That's
for tomorrow
funny you should
between
say
9 and 9.
I had to call
Yeah.
someone else's tech department today, and they said, we'll call you back. They did not.
Sounds like tech.
That sounds
now
like
wait until
IT.
Monday. My
sounds
boss
like-
comes in like, where's this at? I'm like, well, I talked to him, and they said they were going to call me.
I don't want
Probably
excuses. I want results.
Then they probably took their lunch break, came back, realized it was only about an hour until they had to go home, and said they can wait till Monday.
Yeah,
That's exactly how these things work.
Or it's like, what are their office hours? I'm not sure. We'll just call them tomorrow.
Yeah.
It's like, where are they located?
I think they're Pacific time, so they're definitely still
I
there.
think they're
Yeah,
Pacific.
well, you never
It's like,
know.
well, we're in China, so
We're in China.
we'll talk to them tomorrow.
So,
All right, let's play some D&D.
yeah. So when we last left off,
Ooh, no barbarian.
you had finally,
That would be fun.
after traveling through the mountains, had reached the city of Fallmend. The first major city in the West Dales, the last major city in the West Dales on the Shattered Coast before you go into the Meridian Expanse in the Central Vale, which you guys had spent months defending and defeating big bad guys and doing cool stuff, right? It was pretty awesome. I was there. Yeah, it was pretty cool. I was there.
And for this new chapter comes a new character.
Here comes a new character. We had to let Riken die so that Voss could be born.
Foretold in some scroll
It'll be
somewhere.
fine.
Yeah, foretold. Everything is fine. Don't yell at me, One Drive.
I know you're full. God damn it.
I don't even know what you are, but you're full apparently. So, you traveled through the Greyspire mountain range and went through the city gates into Fallmend, where you found a bustling and thriving city of about 12,000 or so people. Textile plants, inns, taverns, all the trappings of civilization that you had more or less kind of left by the wayside to live in the frontiers of the Meridian Expanse. You then decided to intervene on behalf of some older gentleman who was being hassled by who you learned was the Orators of Peace, who ironically believe that everything should be handled at the end of a sword.
Peace through victory.
Yeah. Peace through conquest. Carry a big stick, just like Teddy Roosevelt. Peace be with you. And they were picking on this old man, accusing him of skipping on his tithes, his weekly tithes or tributes to the Church of Parathor. And you did what you thought was funny, which it was. Let's be honest, it was funny.
It was fun.
But it blew back later. So, after kind of paying this gentleman's tithes on his behalf, a good deed, you decided to throw a magic rock at him as they were walking away down the street. and they hit them, and then they fought each other because they thought one of them tripped the other. It was hilarious. One fell into mud, and one fell into something that they hoped was mud.
It wasn't.
It definitely wasn't mud. It was great. And then you headed to the inn, to the ale house, for relaxation and to find a room to just sleep and take a rest. As Ballman isn't your final stop, you need to head through Whitecourt, through Shereford, and, well, if you choose to take that direction, to get to Harral, so that you can look for Phelan's last seen friend, Casey Hartford, a bard that he grew up learning the tradecraft of being a bard from their mentor. She had gone missing looking into a strange vampire guild maybe a few months ago. Well, that's the last time they heard from her, at least. You had some food, enjoyed yourselves, made some contacts, learned some interesting rumors and some kind of history about the region, or at least this immediate region, and some ongoings and suspicious activity by the Aldwell family and their past, and just kind of settling into the intrigue a little bit, as we say. Then the bard got blammered. Trying to drink a really, really strong dwarven drink because, that's what everybody does when they go to the bar. Give me the strongest thing you got, Elves are not supposed to do that. I'm just saying. Weak constitution. Just check their stats. So, late into the evening, the guards then arrived. The city guards. Coming through the front door. You thought they were coming for you, probably. I know you did. Somebody did. Somebody knew they were coming for him. I'm thinking about Matt over there. Yeah, look at you, tiefling. And in they came with a gnome. And told her, this gnome, that she was now confined for the rest of her stay to the premise of the inn. Because apparently she had caused some mischief somewhere. You're not sure what exactly, and they didn't specify. Grounded. But she was grounded.
Yeah, something having to do with magic.
Yeah, something to do with magic.
And her warforged friend.
And following her into the door was a large warforged, a basically automated suit of armor meant for war in an age long forgotten, thousands of years ago.
He is a T-1000.
Yeah,
Something.
That's a T. No, if it's Dark Fate now, it's T-1000. T-1000. Then you all went up to your rooms, your large suite with the multiple rooms, and you had a long discussion amongst yourselves about actions and actions people would take. Finding out that you had actually, after being confronted by a few of the guards who were looking for people that matched your description, you had a discussion about actions you might take putting other people's lives at risk. Not just getting punished for making decisions or being rash or not thinking things through together. Somebody's life was legitimately possibly in danger through the actions that were taken. So after some insightful discussion amongst yourselves, you all kind of agreed that from now on, you guys should all kind of run these decisions past one another before you make these kind of leap headlong into these issues. Then there was a pounding at the door, and you heard a voice come from your balcony, and the gnome was in the room, and she asked you if you wanted to make some coin tonight. And that's where we pick up.
Well, yes.
Well, of course.
As an insightful discussion we just had among the group, I believe I can make this decision for all of us.
Fair.
Shit on
Just
salt.
head. Table.
Also accurate. More table.
Yeah. As I speak up loudly to the intruder in the room, yeah, we're looking for gold, and I turn back to the group. Right. Right? This is what you meant, Souls, right? Hold on. I gotta confer.
No, thank you for speaking with us.
She's just
first.
like, drops her head.
Don't we have plenty of gold? And wasn't this one marched in by the guards?
Yeah, but they basically grounded her. I mean, you snuck out before, right?
We can get information from her.
Bingo.
Me
Well,
and
we
the-
don't even know what she wants.
You're right. We should ask that.
Yeah, we should ask that. We turn around. Huddle at the table.
Remember
Boss
our
is still
discussion
drinking.
about
He's
being
like,
careful?
Drops. No.
Yeah, the wine is gone, and that makes me sad.
Yeah. So, as you take a moment to kind of look at her, you see that this female gnome, she looks really young. Gnomes, they look young for a long time, but she looks especially young as it comes to gnomes. She has this golden blonde hair. She has it tied like these 2 knots on the back corner on the top of her head. It's tied with these blue ribbons. She seems to be smiling. She has this kind of coy, almost childish, like mischievous smile to her as she's kind of watching you guys have this interaction, which is accompanied by these very large dimples on her cheeks. She does seem to have this interesting set of black gloves with these kind of gold arcane symbols on them. You're not necessarily sure what it is. She's wearing a tight-fitting long sleeve white shirt with the green laced overcoat that kind of ties in the back in this neat little bow. And she also, you see that she has a book that's kind of latched to a belt loop in some sort of like strange case, and along with several other potions. And so then yes, from everybody.
Well, maybe.
Then you guys hear pounding on the door one more time, just bam, 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 and the door busts open, just like breaks, straight hinges, snaps, falls over, and you see that Warforged just standing there with. I'm sorry, Patty. We talked about this. You can't just wander off and bother people. These people are here in their rooms. Like, what are you doing? And she just like scoffs off. She's like, either way, my name is Patty Gaffelstoffson, and this is my nanny / whoever. Her name's, I call her Brittle.
That was the Warforged?
Yeah.
Brittle the Warforged.
So now as you, Brittle, she walks forward, thump, right? These heavy footsteps. You get a real good look at this bronze-colored Warforged, this walking suit of armor. And you can see just all the damage. There's nothing but dents, scratches, and cracks all over this armor. The placard, the front breastplates, everything's seen just... It looks like nothing but war and travel and wear and tear. Doesn't seem at all to match the this kind of soft-spoken, gentle manner in which the Warforged is trying to accompany. Is trying to be this vibe you're getting. As she comes forward, and you can see like the mechanisms underneath like moving, and like a pop of steam just out the sides of her arms and from underneath the armor. And you get a good look at the large, like square-shaped sword that's on her back. She kind of looks at you, walks between you around the table where you were all sitting, and walks over to Patty. And looks like she says something. Kind of leans over. You can see it in the body, in the gestures. Patty just waves her off again. Just mind yourself, Brittle.
Was I able to
I
hear?
don't need a nanny. No, you weren't. All you couldn't even. They were. It looked like they were talking, but there was no sound.
Okay.
So you tried, but you couldn't hear anything. Either way, I am looking for a group of individuals who might be willing to accompany to a maybe possibly a shady establishment to look into a small business deal.
How
It's very
shady?
sudden.
How shady is it?
Oh, it's shady.
Like, define shady.
It's in the cut.
What's in the cut?
Where we're going.
Where
It's
are we
in
going?
the cut. The cut.
Where are we going?
We're going to the cut.
What's a cut?
Are you not from here?
No.
No, we're not from here.
I've been here before.
You
Kind of
have the
been.
look of someone who's been lots of places before.
Mm-hmm. That is correct.
I'd like to roll. Do I know of the cut? Let's start there.
Was that
Sure.
the
Make a
hotel
history
you were
check.
going to stay at?
This is where I was
Make a
going.
history check now. Do it. Do it.
It's the gnome
Do
dog.
it.
This is
10.
Patty.
10?
10.
No, you're not familiar.
Is it like a name of someone who cut themselves a lot? So it's a
No, it's listen. It's a part of town. It's where it's all run down. It's where all the poor people live. They call it the Cut.
Is it because other people cut them out? That's why it's called the cut?
Sure, I'm not really sure. I just know it's called the Cut, and I know it's where you go if you want to find people who are willing to do less than honorable things for money or sums of cash or favors.
Would you consider us a cut?
I would consider you morons now. She kind of turns away from you.
Why would you be going there? What do you need?
That's what I just said. I said I needed business. I have business now. It's very sudden, very urgent. Just happened tonight, as a matter of fact.
Remember how we had,
Circumstances outside of my control. Either way.
remember how we just had a conversation about not getting into extra trouble?
Also, she wants to leave, and she was told not to leave. Wait for your sister and leaving.
So apparently you guys have more information on this intruder.
But guys, this would be a fun adventure. Getting into shady things gets you out of the sunlight.
Me likes to be in the sunlight. It's literally my whole thing.
Nice. Check him.
Checks out.
It does check out. I'm checking my notes here, and it says he worships a sun god.
The metagaming pigeon says so.
Did it die?
What?
You sound like a pigeon that was like
Choking on like a
dead.
fish.
It was like
What's a
cross
pigeon
between
doing with
a
a fish?
pigeon and a turkey.
It's the last
Yeah.
word.
It's confused. That's what it's doing with the first in its
The
mouth.
meta turkey.
turkeys.
We're not there yet. We're not.
So,
Save that for Thanksgiving. Seasonal.
So,
listen,
bodyguards.
no, not bodyguards. I need somebody to negotiate on my behalf. People who look like they know what they're talking about.
Oh, you don't want my face
They-
talking for you.
Dalen, I'm going to
No,
remind
probably
you.
not. You're probably correct.
You're going to have trouble saving your friend if you're in jail or prison.
Again, what are we negotiating for?
I'll tell you when we get there.
It's still.
You're asking a lot from strangers if you don't even tell us.
No, I'm not. I'm asking to pay you. You can take it or not.
How much are you paying us?
I don't know. 100 gold apiece. Seems fair. We're just talking.
This seems sketchy.
We have gold.
But sketchy leads to valuable.
Or
Death.
bleeding.
You guys are no fun. I'd be so interested in doing this. Wait, what?
Feel free.
It shouldn't be dangerous. It's not like these people aren't known to be like hardened criminals who are going to do anything. It's just this is where you go if you need to attain things or get places or information that you can't be got through the proper channels. That's all. Or so I've been told. She says real quick.
Listen, on the plus side, if they're gray jacks, we can just.
Wait, are we disconnected?
Disconnect.
1 second. Uh-oh.
Uh-oh.
What happened?
Network error.
Uh-oh.
Tap to retry.
We disconnected.
That-
Yeah, broadcast got cut.
Check the
What does it
modem
mean?
real quick, Dylan. See if the blue lights are on, both of them.
Yeah.
Yeah, we have power
Oh, yep, half line.
online.
Are we online now?
Well, I mean, we have power online. Blue lights.
It's
We had a bunch of lights blinking in the back, orange.
That's unfortunate.
Uh-oh, sad face.
I think we must have just got disconnected though.
Yeah, no,
Yeah.
we got disconnected as Amanda brought it up.
Hmm.
We should be back in like 2 seconds.
As it comes to gnomes, she has this golden blonde hair.
Yeah, we should be back online.
Yeah, we're back.
Morons.
Yeah, I don't know what happened, but it
Yeah.
looked like Expo just cut it.
Hmm.
It just literally stopped the broadcast.
Well, yeah, I don't know. Probably like a network drop or something.
Well, yeah,
I
nobody
know.
tries to reconnect us.
That's the correct person to blame, for sure.
Kitty.
Well, that's true. What?
Is it because you're at the same time to like run out of space?
No. If it runs out of space, it cuts the recording.
Cats are shady.
Oh, so you
Cats
can
are
cut
shady.
off-
Yeah.
Well, OBS would cut the recording. And
You know, we
stream
wanted
at
to
the
do
same
shady
time.
stuff.
XSplit cuts the recording and then keeps playing,
Mm.
but it's supposed to automatically reconnect for 10 times. I mean, if we were out for a second.
Yeah, so we're back?
Yeah, we're back.
We're back.
We're
Nobody,
back.
but we're back.
Hey, we're back.
We lost a dragonborn.
Yeah. Oh, jeez, what happened?
We ate him.
Yeah.
It's like the lights go out and just party members start disappearing.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think,
Oh my
yeah,
God,
sorry, we don't know what happened.
That was a
It
murder.
just went down.
Everybody just points the mic.
God,
Yeah.
you really foreshadowed that earlier before the
Oh.
show.
Yeah.
Yeah, we should probably ask you guys, what's the last thing you guys saw? Because
Yeah.
we think it was just like a quick dropout, but we're not sure what the last thing you guys saw.
What was the last thing?
Was
you
it
heard
her
before
calling
the
Lumi a
drop?
moron? Because
What
that's
was the
what
last thing you heard before
that's.
the
I think
lights
that's the
went out
last
for you?
thing. I think
Did
it
you
was-
hear the metagaming turkey?
the metagaming turkey. Oh,
I was like, I panicked and I realized my Wi-Fi. I went to check if my Wi-Fi was on still.
yeah, we did the same thing.
Navo's happy. He says it's the perfect time to grab a Lunchable.
Oh, it is a
Lunchables
perfect time
are
to grab a
good.
Lunchable.
Lunchables are great.
It all depends on what kind of
Fast and
Lunchable.
excited.
Okay, your Lunchable drama
Oh, I'm
queen.
sorry. it's me.
What is that?
That was the dog. I was trying to figure it out. What is she doing?
The
Yeah,
moron part.
moron.
Yeah.
That was the last part.
God damn it.
Yeah. Hi, Janto7.
Hey, Janto7, welcome to the stream. Have you been here before? I don't recognize the name. But
Yeah.
either way, welcome to the
Yeah.
Hall of Legends. Welcome to Legendary Action. Join us at the table.
Yeah, and
Yeah.
thanks for letting us know.
Yeah, thanks for
Appreciate
letting us know. We appreciate it. Our other regular supporters didn't say shit.
You know who you are.
Gavin said
know
something.
what you-
Gavin did
said
say
something.
something.
Well, you know what? Malachi,
Malachi, where are you? Where
Janto
are you,
is now
Malachi?
my new favorite.
Oh.
He has a 7 in his name too, so it's like immediate. Just
Yeah, it's just, sorry, man.
Yeah.
Well, Malachi does have a bigger number, though.
Yeah, 75. He's leveled up.
He's leveled up.
He's epic level.
Epic.
He's
So-
in tier. So yeah,
She called you a moron.
I
Yeah.
know.
Punch you. Either way. It's 100 gold.
100 gold ahead
100 gold per head. Negotiation. That's it.
in the cuts.
In the cuts.
Just a quick run there, come back. No difficulties.
But I mean, I can't really guarantee that. And it's
And who
not
are
really
you?
what I'm paying for.
Who are you meeting?
I'm going to meet Thieves Guild.
Which? Okay.
What was that?
Thieves Guild?
A thieves guild.
Are you okay?
Yeah, I'm fine. Thank you for inquiring.
You're
I heard eating lollipops help with that kind of situation.
That is a family remedy.
And honey, too.
Not so much.
Honey lollipops.
so.
Yeah.
well, so I
Quick little stroll, 100 gold.
100 gold ahead.
Hold 100 gold ahead.
Come
It's
on,
not the
Gail.
end of the world. And if things get hairy, we can just walk away.
Well, here's a question.
It's
It's
unnecessary though.
Well, here's
True.
something to consider. How well are these cuts patrolled?
But we should.
I'm not worried about some rinky-dink thieves or something like that. I'm worried about the city guard and that kind of stuff. You know, you can slug it out so long as no one calls the cops. You're good.
The guard already doesn't like us, and if they see us escorting someone, they specifically said stay inside this inn. It's really bad for us.
I'm sorry. When did we become guards? Are you on the guard payroll?
Wait, what do you mean?
No, but me wouldn't like to be in their jails either.
I'm
Oh,
sorry.
that's easy
Well,
to lock out.
I mean,
break out.
what crime are we committing by taking a midnight scroll?
That's true.
But she was told to stay here, and if we take her out, that's our problem.
Would you be willing to disguise yourself as a dog?
No.
It's very specific.
No,
Maybe just
not
a
as
disguise.
dogs.
You're small
It's
enough.
about how tall I am.
Yeah, you're small enough that we can disguise you, and we'll pretend we're taking a dog out on a walk.
As you say that, you watch the Warforged just go. Real quick.
Like, tell me you don't think it's a good idea. I look at the warford.
It's not a good idea. I'm much bigger than a dog. Thank you. Smarter too.
Yeah, you can say interesting things like a roo-roo.
I don't know. How do you manage? How do you manage? I don't get it.
I think at this point we can
Please
just
explain to me.
drone it out at this point.
She's
Well,
her,
if she
her brain works
can't
different.
if she can't be seen,
Maybe
she
not
needs
a
to
dog,
disguise
but
herself.
can you disguise yourself?
I can if need be. Sure.
You could be like a
I don't
child.
really like to though.
Well,
Neither
you were
do
told
I.
to stay. You were told to stay with him.
I've been being told to do things my whole life, and it hasn't worked up to this point, and it still won't work.
I like that philosophy.
Man, why are the guards upset with you?
I don't know. I was upset, and there was some heated words exchanged in the magic quarter, and I may have done something.
Did you blow something up?
I might have done something along those lines, or at least they say I did. They can't really prove anything.
I like her.
Well, I guess here's the real question. Voss, you're kind of the one on the line, as I understand it. How do you feel?
Oh, I don't get much love no matter where I'm at, so
Then boss, you can just scare them off.
that is usually not how it works.
We could view this as just as a nightly stroll, and
That's true.
hopefully she's not buying anything.
It should take like an hour at tops. It's 100 gold for an hour's worth of work per each of you.
Well,
It's a bargain.
100 gold, so it's a quick hour.
We've got plenty of gold.
You only have plenty until you spend it all.
Exactly.
What do we need gold for?
Well, I need to go donate it all.
In the
Lodgings,
words,
food, and she just starts rambling on.
The church?
we still have a house. We still have a mansion we're building.
Yeah, we own property now.
Yeah, we do.
You're a homeowner.
Yeah, we have property.
Oh God, I think.
oh, do you? That's fantastic.
Sorry.
Where?
Outside Greencrest.
Oh, it is a
Not
nice.
Yeah.
outside Breathorpe.
Yes, you're right. Sorry. I'm just got unbelievably.
It's a matter of
And when
perspective.
you're drunk, you forget everything?
Hey, Astral, how's it going?
Elves suck.
Half elves. Thank you.
Suck.
They're amazing.
Shock.
It's half the suck than normal.
Oh.
Amazing.
No, you're not getting it. You gotta really spit it out. Half elves suck.
I'll say it in words you can understand. Elves are amazing.
Listen, this isn't productive. I have very simple offer.
I'm
You?
interested.
She points to all of you. Come with me. We go down to the cuts where you negotiate on my behalf. I give you gold. And then we part ways.
It's so straightforward. I like it. Like what?
I
See,
really
the
want,
Dragonborn understands.
Yeah.
I will defer.
I expect better judgment
I'll go.
from
but
the elf.
I can only foresee complicating the issue.
it's okay.
Half elf. Thank you.
It's okay. If something happens, I'll think of something.
I defer
And
my vote.
How much money do you all have? Because 100 gold is nothing to
Oh,
walk away from.
I know exactly.
a lot. Enough.
Not numbers
Enough.
to talk about in front of certain people.
It's less than enough. I apologize.
Why? The Warforged doesn't mean any harm.
I like the Warforged.
I like her.
She seems like a very nice person.
I'm a very nice person.
I'll do it.
I'm down.
They can keep their piles of gold apparently, but I need gold for travel, so
I'll do it. I'm just looking for a swing vote now.
Oh, my vote is nay.
Swing vote.
Yeah.
Come on, Ohio.
I'll do it. I left my gold somewhere.
that's about elections.
Yeah.
Where you left your? How do you just leave your gold?
You know, it got misplaced. A lot of things have been going
Did
on.
it get
recently.
misplaced with your
Now that I think
pants?
about it, Mike's a little bit more of a Florida.
Oh, definitely.
Definitely. funny.
A Florida man.
Florida.
Wow, I didn't catch how we got to
Man,
that.
you're all
I
over the
agree.
news.
I don't-
What?
So,
Mike or Thalen? Now I'm confused.
Definitely Mike.
Oh,
Definitely. Thalen is like confused.
yeah.
That's true.
Yeah, like South Carolina.
Doesn't know whether it's one state or two. Whatever.
Why?
Or like Nevada. What's California doing?
Well, the whole rest of the group said yes. I'm somewhere in the middle.
Me as a nay, but at least we talked it out.
I don't have all night. The sleep spell that I cast on the guards is not going to last forever. Yes or no?
Oh,
Well, we gotta get going then, because like I'm loud.
Sleep.
I go put my armor on.
He took a bath.
This is bad.
I need to
Yeah,
go.
it's kind of wet.
I'm only in clothing. Let me go put my armor on. One moment, please. I need to get my hat too.
We'll be fine.
Why do you need armor for talking?
I've been stabbed for talking. I
Yeah.
like to have
That
things.
doesn't surprise me at all.
Yeah, it
And then
doesn't.
the Warforged just nods.
See,
At the very least, they don't know that we're associated with them, so we can just be like, oh, I don't even know them.
there's a wonderful balcony
Who
we
are
can
these
go out to.
strangers?
I don't know
Oh,
who that is.
Yeah, playing dumb always works.
Completely out of character, real quick. Do you have mending or prestidigitation or anything?
I do.
I asked because we have a broken door I'd like to fix before we
Oh,
leave.
you mending? No, because who takes mending? I have like very few cantrip choices.
That's fair.
It's true. It's playing an Eldritch Knight.
That's fair. I walk up to the door. What do we do about?
Spoilers, I didn't know yet.
He's a scholar. Leave him alone.
Well, technically, yes, that's true. But actually true this time.
Forever a scholar, never a librarian.
Not much adventure.
Warforged are like mechanical people.
version of Iron Man.
Yeah, but
Mhm,
in
kinda.
this specific
I like
case, it
Voltron.
looks less like a person and more.
Like a suit of armor?
Think
Ultron.
Alphonse Elric in Full Metal Alchemist.
That too.
She doesn't watch that.
Either way, you can look for that.
Google it.
No,
Google it. Google is this wonderful invention. It's been around for a while. Queen Beezy.
The Queen.
Just saying.
Warforged
Or
are cool.
a
Just saying.
Haganero
Educate.
Warforged are cool though.
God, Rowan, man, you're gonna hold your hand through your relationship.
Dude, if I said half the shit you'd say, I wouldn't show up on Fridays because they wouldn't find my body.
That's fair. Luckily, I own firearms.
There's a whole screen between us and her.
There you
Yeah.
go.
A whole table between me and her.
Words have been said. You have been called out.
Oh.
I've been called worse. Today.
That's fair, actually.
All right.
Yeah.
All right.
So it appears that we're doing this.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm interested.
I
so-
grabbed my hat and I put it on. Quite content.
Alright, well, I will meet you down there on the street. Brittle, catch me if you can. And she's like, what? And you watch the gnome just jumps over the balcony and just disappears.
Does she do
Just
a
go.
barrel roll?
No, you don't see. She just walks outside, jumps in the balcony, and just disappears.
Damn it.
And the Warforged runs out real quick, banister, breaks it, looking over.
We're
And
not
she
getting-
turns.
We're not getting our deposit.
I will. I gotta go catch her real fast.
Yeah.
She turns and runs.
At this point,
Boom,
we need
boom,
the money
boom,
just
just
to pay
stop
for the
it.
damages.
Breaks a floorboard, snaps,
Oh,
and just
God.
keeps going.
Mila just like, oh my god, this is already bad, and there are enough patrons here who just heard a Warforged running down the hall.
Then you hear a voice from down below. Somebody just put a hole in my roof.
There will be witnesses.
I kind of peered down. Hello there.
You see
Dear God!
this guy, and he's just like in a towel, and he just pulls it up.
Oh, sorry.
Isn't this the part where you ask him about all his secrets?
Well, he doesn't seem interesting.
Is there a floor rug nearby?
Yeah.
I skewed it over.
Someone's twisting their ankle. Nice.
Well, I guess I try to catch the Warforged. I take off running downstairs.
Okay. Everybody else just follows, I assume.
I jump
Yeah.
off the balcony.
Of course you.
Of course you do. Yeah, so you just jump down there, hat, just land, 3 stories up, no big deal. It's because you're tabaxi and it's crazy.
Superhero landing.
Phelan thinks about doing what she did and then goes, no. And then walks out.
I like my kneecap.
As you look around, you like look, and you don't see Patty. Just anywhere obvious. You see that there is a straight down this like the alley. This is the back areas. There's like some garbage cans and stuff, and like it seems to be where they wash like some of their linens and towels and stuff are just kind of out hanging on the lines. But you do see that there's a way out from this past back, and there's like a half gate that you can climb over and go leads to the street.
All right.
I'm gonna play it smooth when I get down to the bottom. Oh yeah, I'm just gonna go get some fresh air.
Yeah. So when you hit the bottom of the stairs and you look, you see the back side of the Warforged go through the front door and out in the street. And you hear the armor clinking on the cobblestone, and you see the staff. They're just like standing there, and like one of the barmaids has this huge stack of dirty plates, and they're just all like looking at each other. And, what is going on here tonight?
Oh, I'm so stuffy up in my room.
And then the rest of you follow.
Furnace.
Tiefling,
What's up?
just with half elf, and then a stubby dwarf just boom,
Shaking
trying
our
to catch
heads.
up.
Shaking our heads and shaking.
We need an alibi.
Yeah. So,
Yeah, you see.
you hit the street, and you follow the Warforged. She goes down to the corner where you threw the rock from to get the, the fighters.
Coincidence? Omen? I think so.
I think so.
Where's the dead body hanging?
Yeah, where's the dead body hanging?
I
You
would
see
like
the
to
cobbler.
follow the
You can-
Warforge, but I would like to do it from the rooftops.
Ooh.
Okay. Sure.
Do I need to
Action
check?
is.
No, not really.
Yeah, pretty dense, right?
Yeah, they're dense, tall buildings. Yeah.
Okay.
I mean, you might risk hitting like a loose shingle or something like that and falling off, but you're at tabaxi with climb speed, so it doesn't matter.
Not the shingle.
I don't know. So, you come down to the corner post near the street sign and the corner lantern, and there you see Patty and the Warforged, and they seem to be having some like furious conversation back and forth.
Furious.
Yeah. Once again, like unable to actually hear what's being said between the two of them. You can see the lips moving, but you can't. Just like real life.
You know what? That's just a fact.
Yeah, it's just a fact.
Wow. We're all being mean to each other tonight.
Good night.
I was straighten out my.
I'm routing.
Oh, I get it. Now I get it. Yeah. It's because he's deaf.
Grumpy
So then
grave.
Patty Charles comes over to you. I guess we'll be on our way then. Alright? Follow me. I know the way there. I've been there before. I have been there before. Either way. So,
She doesn't see me, I'm stealth.
no, you're right. She didn't see you at all. You're stealthy.
Yeah.
Now that we've agreed to do this for you, what exactly are you acquiring?
Hired hands don't ask questions. Follow me.
But you told us you would tell us if we agreed.
That's true. I didn't say how soon after you agreed, though, did I?
Blair over.
I will accept that.
Just
Either way, follow
think
me.
of the
Chit-chit.
cold.
And she starts, like, skipping off. Warforged just kind of looks at you all, shakes its head, just follows right along. Almost like this is just a regular routine all the time.
She's like a force of nature.
Yeah.
I like it.
So, as you follow Patty and you go through parts of town that you haven't seen before because you didn't really explore the city when you were here before you journeyed across the Gray Spires, but you saw a bit of it. The buildings start to change from being well-off, maintained, nicer. The storefronts disappear, and now there's worn down. You see broken shutters, barred windows, things you think is sludge in the streets, the sounds of like raucous behavior coming from multiple establishments. You walk through a couple of dark alleys and side streets, and you finally you come to a sign that just says The Cuts. There's a multitude of like shady characters along the way, individuals. There's a lot of what looks like maybe beggars, reaching out, talking to you, trying to get you to buy things. A few drunkards stumbling into the road. You see a couple of fist fights in some corners.
Put a hand on my coin
Yeah,
purse.
put a hand on your coin purse.
Not me.
You start to notice there seems to be a theme. Like, there are entrances to cellars and basements with bouncers and hired thugs kind of barring entrance to these establishments, which seem to be street businesses of somewhere. Your best guess, gambling dens, cheap brothels, and the such kinds of establishments that the noteworthy of Fallen would never find themselves in. As you're walking past some of these and kind of peeking in and seeing the individuals who are inside, you come across a couple of guards who stumble into you as you're coming around corners. They give you a quick look, then they kind of just keep walking. And you watch them go down the alley, and they go to a set of the bouncers, and they pass them some gold, and they go inside. Whatever it is, it's not worth their time to get involved with you, or if they even know who you are. Deep breath, relief. Eventually, the dense kind of housing, townhouses, apartments, kind of give way, and you come to what looks like a rather large, large, almost maybe textile warehouse of some sort. You can hear there's a crowd of people up ahead inside this warehouse. Out front, there seem to be several men playing some sort of dice game. As they see you approach, one of them kind of steps forward. A large, bearded Goliath kind of comes up to you, gives you a good look over. What do you want? Patty. We have business with 10 Cuts and with Devin Derringer. What kind of business brings all these armed individuals to the establishment? And she just kind of looks at him like, our business is our own. Devin is expecting me.
My friend.
Yeah. Look tough.
Looks at her, looks down. You see him kind of growl a little bit. You see he's got like missing teeth. Alright, follow me. Turns around, leads you into the business. She looks to you and goes, see, I told you, it shouldn't be a problem. No. It's almost like a nervous laugh. Yeah.
Are we going inside?
And the Warforged just like,
We're going inside. You're on the roof.
Okay.
my. Not again.
I popped down by this time.
So,
Walk on in.
as you enter this warehouse, you see that there's a large pit in the center of the floor.
Ooh.
And there's a crowd of people standing around it. And they're all cheering, and you can hear the sound of some vicious animals, like, fighting. And as you kind of walk around the outskirts, you see, kind of like peeking over, that it looks like they're having what looks like a dire rat is in this pit. This huge, vicious, mangy-looking rat with these terrible, glowing, like deep red eyes and this long, flicking, slender tail. And they have it pitted against about 4 or 5 Rottweilers that are like fighting it and biting it and tearing into it. And the crowd's just cheering, and they're taking bets in the crowd. So Goliath stops. Wait here a moment. And he kind of walks. Goes over to what looks like, I don't know, you can't really, nobody really stands out. Everybody definitely poor. Clothing is kind of ragged. Some of them look like they're dressed fairly decently, but you see a theme in the crowd. Then he stops by this kind of lean, slender, dark-haired man that has this single gold earring in one of his ears. And he kind of leans in and grabs his ear. And they exchange a couple of words, and he comes back. And the Goliath just kind of stands there, crosses his arms, and watches you.
I put
And so you, having kind of snuck by, you climbed up, went all the way around, and got on top of the roof. And there's actually this like hole in this section, and you're watching all of this from up above. And as you're watching, you can see that at least 3 or 4 other people in the crowd have turned to kind of pay attention to what's going on behind them, as opposed to the
pit.
to the pit. What's happening in the pit?
Ooh.
So the Slender Man kind of steps forward. So I've heard that you have some business that you would like to discuss with me. Is that correct? So Patty just kind of like nudges Alfarius like in the side real quick. Bam.
Yes, that is correct. As I have my arms crossed.
Is there any way I can enter through this?
You could try to climb down.
Yeah, I'm gonna do that.
Okay. I mean, the roof of the warehouse is like, I don't know, like 20 feet or so tall, so you have to climb down the rafters and find a way around and find your way down. It'll probably take a minute.
Yeah, I'm gonna find my way back to the group.
Okay. So while you're doing that, so Patty kind of, you hear she kind of speaks up. I want my focus and my staff back from the guards.
I want her focus and her staff back from the guards.
So he just kind of looks. So you are here to what? Negotiate on her behalf? I'm not sure. At first I thought maybe you were armed hooligans. Is your purpose here to intimidate me into giving you a better deal than the one I already had with her?
No, I cross my arms.
Is that right there, Patty?
Cross my
I
arms even
think we're
further.
disconnected again.
Are we?
Dang it! Dang it all! Dang it all to heck!
Oh man. This is gonna be a running theme tonight, isn't it?
Good. Yeah, let me like put my smile.
Are we disconnected?
We're back.
We're alive.
We're
We're
back.
live.
We're good.
Okay.
Freaking internet, dude.
It's,
Really?
it's lagging. It's lag spiking again.
Okay.
Yeah, see,
Okay.
Twitch, I'm telling you, man, I don't know if it's just our internet, but like Twitch in general, I've been struggling with watching people's streams. It could just be our internet. I guess I gotta call our provider again and ask him, see if there's anything weird going on again, like it was like a few weeks ago.
Yeah.
F.
But
This
Get
is
this
stupid.
for offline.
yeah, it's
Yeah, we just got dropped.
Yeah.
No. I'm waiting for it to click over there though. Because it should automatically reconnect once the internet's good.
Oh, nope. Nope, yep, nope, yep.
Nope. Yep. Nope.
Nope.
Nope. Nope. Yep. Nope. Nope. Nope.
I
Nope.
was gonna say can we just go check? Struggle's real.
Good audience tonight.
Yeah, exactly.
Oh, now we're live.
How many?
Yeah.
Now we're live
We
again.
only lost one.
God dang it, internet providers. Jeez.
Yeah, I'm sorry, everybody. I don't know why it's. Obviously, it's not within our control. It's not normally. We pay for the biggest package that we possibly can have, and still sometimes it's just really not enough.
We're wired in.
Yeah.
Everything's connected.
Mhm.
Not to-
Yeah.
Gotta give me internet.
Do we pay them more?
But I do know that I'm not the only
You want
person.
money?
That I'm not the only person this week to have experienced issues with buffering when it comes to watching people's streams
always
on
the
Twitch.
cat.
So.
Yeah, I don't know.
That's
Hey,
correct.
Sig.
It is always the cat's fault.
It's always
Mommy
good to
does
see you.
nothing.
Sig's
She's
here.
laying there minding her own
I
business,
also
but
paid
what's
for the
really
biggest
going on?
package.
Evil.
Plots.
Evil plots.
Plots.
Plots. She's dying.
All the time.
Nice
She has
amount
plot
of
armor,
time.
okay?
Yeah.
Evil
Cat.
plot armor.
They're rolling
I
over,
always
trying
pay
to-
for the biggest
You're not gonna
package.
get-
So
Oh,
good.
I
I
see.
love it.
Trying to disarm
Sig
me.
is here.
Oh.
The blood guy.
What's up, man? Better late than never, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's what's up. By the way, Sieg, I don't know if you know this, but it's September, so Tier 1 subs are 50% off this month through the month. So, Yeah, you can get access to all these cool emotes for
Allegedly.
$2.49.
Yeah, allegedly. Unless you're Grey Pal.
Unless you're
Unless
Grey
you're
Paladin.
Grey Paladin.
Allegedly, it's September. So, you know.
Yeah, no, I paid full price for mine too.
Really?
Before we started, I forgot it was September, so I did my sub.
It says lag again.
What?
Blood God only pays for bodies. Oh, don't
Yeah,
worry, some of us
like-
might die.
No, it's him coming back saying like, "Oh yeah, you dropped off. This is
Oh.
garbage."
I respect that siege.
Just want to make sure we're good.
He only pays for bodies. So, for those of you who don't know in the chat, Sieg is a dedicated fan of the show.
Well, I think a body. Wait a minute. I want to address this. I'm pretty sure a body dropped like a few weeks ago. I didn't see shit from C.
Yeah, that's true. We had a character die.
Yeah.
Had not come back.
Yeah,
And
permanent
now
death.
come back.
You cheat.
Well, it
Yeah,
doesn't
well, the
count
body
if he's not
disappeared.
there.
Yeah.
Yeah,
You
no,
know,
but it
pulling
was-
a
We just
loop on
have to
us.
kill everyone when he shows up. That's what he
Oh,
wants.
okay.
He wants to drop in and just death.
So
Wow.
we should
Just-
just pause now and reenact that battle.
Yeah.
Reenact
I'd
it.
rather not.
Yeah.
No!
Not because I died, but because it was a particularly unfun night for me.
Yeah. That's probably true.
That's how trauma works, Matt.
Yeah.
Particularly unfun events that you relive over and over.
Okay.
Look how we need you.
Is Solas gonna bring her back?
Actually, you know what? We're having these setbacks at the moment. So actually, what we're gonna do is we're gonna take our break right now. We're going to reset the modem and the router while we're on this break, and we're gonna come right back to playing.
It's worth 300.
Dalen is worth
Damn.
whatever he thinks he's worth.
Wow.
But we're gonna do this real quick, and then we're gonna come right back. So.
As a heads up,
Stick around so that we can try to see if we can mend this. Maybe check in, see if there's other issues with the internet provider and stuff. Because I don't want to. I don't want to really want to get into a groove again just to have the internet cut out of me. So at the very minimum, we could try to like fix this real quick and see if it helps.
Yeah, we're sorry, guys.
We apologize.
Sorry.
as a heads up, our breaks generally only last about 15 minutes. Sometimes they run maybe 2 or 3 minutes longer.
Normally they don't though.
Yeah.
That's fine. We're just gonna run it like 5 minutes.
So-
Take this break. That's enough time to reset everything. We're gonna come back. So we're actually gonna cut the break shorter than usual.
So,
Because everybody basically ate anyways before we started, so
Yeah.
yeah, we're good. But either way, thank you so much for hanging out, putting up with these technical issues. I know it's frustrating trying to get into the groove of things, but we're going to try to sort this out real quick. We appreciate all the follows, the subs, everybody being here. We love you all. We appreciate you. Hang out for a few minutes. Don't go anywhere. And if you've enjoyed what we've done so far, which would surprise me if you have, don't forget to drop us a follow, help us reach that 500 follower goal. And if you think we're worthwhile, if you think the content's worth $2.49, you know,
And
us
you
a
get
sub.
the deal.
yeah, and you get the deal, which you should.
You get the board.
You get the board, you get the emotes, all of them but Fireball, which for some reason is still pending. Well, no, you don't get the Nat one either because that's for tier 3 subs. Those are for the really dedicated, really dedicated. Either way, we're gonna be back in about 5 minutes or so. So hang on, don't go anywhere.
Yeah.
We're gonna be right back.
Oh, I didn't mean to click mine.
Yeah.
I got 9 lives! Cat's eyes!
I had to wait for the mic to come back. All right, so we're back, everybody. I know, it's terrible to go without our company for any length amount of time, but you know what? I'm sorry. You just gotta have to deal with it. You guys make it through the other 6 days out of the week. Make it through, this 5 minutes.
It was more than 5 minutes.
I didn't mean that. I didn't mean that at all.
Yeah, I didn't mean it at all.
So either way, welcome back.
Welcome back.
LegendaryAction.
Hopefully that restart.
At least, hopefully it does something. I mean, I can't guarantee it.
You are all heroes.
Heroes to the highest degree. Legends.
Legends.
Some may say.
Legends.
Legends, even.
Yeah, we had an internet outage at work today, too.
What?
Yeah.
Maybe it's just
Illuminati
the state of Nevada.
confirmed.
Yeah, maybe it's just the state of Nevada.
That raid's coming up, so that's probably what it is. That
Yeah. Maybe somebody needs to go up into the mountain facility and hit the master reset button on the giant fucking
Wi-Fi machine.
Yeah, it's
giant
just
Wi-Fi machine.
the internet
Dude,
button.
Is it plugged in?
Episode of South Park where he
Yeah.
unplugs and plugs back in the internet.
Did you unplug it, pull it back in again?
We don't
course
know.
not.
It may never turn on again.
Yeah.
Impressive.
They say they got 3 bars out west in California.
Yeah.
We headed out California way.
California way. By the way, so
The internet camps.
where was
It
we?
was a ghost.
Where was we? We were. Well, we know where we were.
Yeah, that was
Yeah,
hilarious.
we were
It's like,
negotiating.
here's some Brazilian farting porn. That
For
was
a
terrible.
focus and a staff.
$1.99 per minute. He's like, oh, that's real. That's realistic.
Yeah, we were negotiating for a staff and a focus
Yes. But he was trying to intimidate us,
because apparently there was a deal that had already been struck.
and I guess he thought he wasn't negotiating with me.
I was entering a building. That's right. Climbing.
You were on the roof.
Stealthily.
Yeah, she was falling into
You
the
didn't
pit.
say anything about being stealthy. I don't want to hear it.
You
I'll
and
play
like
back the video.
you and like 5 other rogues are up there. All right.
Yeah, some dudes go.
Yeah,
Yeah, they don't have sentries on the roof, really?
Yeah.
We're a terrible thieves guild.
Yeah.
You spying too?
So,
Which one's your guy that you're spying on? My guy's the one in blue.
You want some trail mix? It might be a night.
so as he kind of makes this accusation that your kind of hired muscle sent to kind of like sway whatever deal they had like
Chanting
further
coming
in
through again.
their direction, you kind of take in the fact that this gentleman is. I mean, he seems like he's slender, and it's almost kind of like a disturbing amount of slender.
Like
To his
anorexic.
build. Yeah, sort of. So, but he has this really fair skin, and he's wearing these common clothes, but are still basically in current fashion in the West Dales. But you can see underneath, it does look like he's wearing some sort of like chain shirt under there. Judging by his accent, he seems like he's either his parents were or he is. Must have been born in Suwon. And you also notice that he has on his, probably right on the back, you catch the glint of a handle and like a short sword in the hilt. And it has, you see the hilt has this, it's shaped like a black cat and it has these like jade emerald eyes in the hilt.
Whoa, slow down there. Simmer down.
God, I'm going to stop mentioning anything that has to do with cats. Alright, along with Kenku, Tabaxi is now banned. After this point. Alright, no more Tabaxi for you.
She's like, no.
No more cat
So-
people,
so-
no cat folk, no...
Keep that in mind, chat, when you're deciding who's going to play what. The next person dies. No cat, no Kenku.
Yeah.
Feel free to make it a panda, though.
Yeah, none of those either.
Panda.
I'm not making custom races. There's none of that shit. Okay, and Air Croaker are extinct, and I stick by that.
Oh.
Oh, but Edie.
Yeah.
Oh, gee.
And Dragonborn are flightless birds. Flightless birds, I say. Nothing like your dragon cousins, okay?
get a little fly speed.
I heard if you run really fast and jump off something, maybe.
I'm just looking for 5 feet.
You got these nubs. That's all you get. You get nubs. Where your range should be.
Right.
They twitch and it's uncomfortable. It's hard to sleep on your back. Your armor has to be specially crafted. Alright, that joke's going on too long. Anyways.
I get it. I thought it was like Buffalo Wild Wings. You have to cut all the wings off the buffalo.
Yeah, exactly.
Because they're delicious.
And to make sure they can't fly away.
Yeah, and they're useless.
Yeah. Buffalo don't use their wings. Everybody knows
I
that.
respect your jokes.
They're like penguins. They're just... Nobody really knows what they're for.
I respect your jokes, and I hope it carries over into these negotiations.
Now, we've talked about this. You pay for advantage and you pay for labeling. Set the prices in private so that you guys can't share with one another.
No, I just cashed my check, so here we go.
You fork it over.
I think I understand discussing it in private, but really the NDA was a little much.
Yeah. I don't think so. Standard policy when it comes to like salary negotiations.
Now, can I ask, how much did you pay for your NDA? Because, mine was...
My NDA was steep.
What are you talking about? He
NDA
provided the
processing.
NDA. It's his lawyer. I didn't pay shit.
What?
Is that billable hours? Fuck that.
So Devin stands kind of just waiting and looking at all of you individually. Kind of waiting for an answer. Because he's trying to talk to Patty, but she's avoiding speaking to him directly.
I'm sorry. Is there a problem? I thought we were negotiating.
It's negotiating, yes, a little bit. See, the issue is that I already had a deal with this plucky little gnome that you found, and well, it seems as though she wants to renegotiate because things didn't go her way, which is not my fault, Patty. It's not my fault. She's kind of... He's right.
At least she's honest about that.
You make an honest and a strong point about that. And I would concur with that assessment. But we're here tonight to renegotiate.
Okay, well, kind of looks at you. You don't really seem like the type who are used to this sort of thing. So, normally, we have a flat rate for services in gold or platinum or silver. Mm-hmm. But in the case of situations like this when they arise, normally we ask for favors. Sometimes immediate, sometimes future, either way. It depends. But it just so happens that not only can I get her focus and her staff out of the guards' barracks tonight, but it just so happens that I also need something from you as well.
I lean in and look at Apparitions.
Mm-hmm.
So help me God, if we get into another debt, I don't.
No, there's no debt. Why would there be debt? It's a straight exchange for exchange. But we get staff and focus, you get item for me from establishments, everything is good. No debt necessary. Unless, of course, she doesn't want her staff and focus, because I don't know if she explained this to you, but she has things to do in town still that she can't accomplish without those two things. And if what I was told is true, she's confined to stay at the inn until she leaves.
Yeah, but she can't leave until she gets those things done. So, what do you need?
Now, I can tell that you are outsiders, and you're not from Farmland, and I can tell that none of you are from the West Dales, and none of you are from Harrow, none of you are from Bravadis. Most of you seem like you're outliers from far outside of the major kingdoms and their borders. For sure.
What gave it away?
Well, I don't normally trust Zemirians, but since you are with these individuals, two of which seem to be holy men, look past it this time. Either way, everybody who's here knows about the magical mishap that happened several months back. If you've been through Fallen before, it may have been mentioned. It may not have been mentioned. Most people don't really like to talk about it. It's kind of a taboo subject. People think that bad things and curses will happen to them if they kind of speak a word on it, speak ill of the missing, I should say. But what we have is, many years ago, a wizard lived here in Falmond and did all manner of wizarding work, chemical works, so on and so forth. I remember being a young boy, younger than I am now, and this wizard was still here. The wizard had a manor in a section of town. It used to be a wealthy section of town. It's all the do-goods and well-off individuals used to live there and open their fancy shops. But, like I said, mishap. Apparently this wizard, I believe his name was Wendor, had a, let's say, miscalculated an interesting spell. And he accidentally opened a portal to the ethereal plane. And it weakened it and allowed some things maybe to cross through and cross back and forth, and permanently leaving the veil open to spirits crossing back and forth. And maybe a whole bunch of people disappeared when he opened the portal and were never heard from again. And we might now call this section of town Haunted Row. This section of town is avoided at all costs. There are guards posted nearby. It's a one-way street that leads up to the wizard's manor, where he had built his home and did all of his research. Everything is boarded up, abandoned, and it's obviously haunted. People tried to stay there and live there for a little while after the accident, but people complained of hearing inane whispering and seeing ghosts and spirits speaking to them, and some of them were angry or dangerous, and some people may or may not have been hurt. Either way, it was abandoned. They sealed the manor and hoping to maintain this splitting in the rift, and the wizard was never heard from again, presumed dead, probably pulled into the portal just like all the other people who disappeared, but nobody has been there since. So supposedly there's all manner of magical items left in this manor that nobody has gone to. I'm looking for one in particular that I heard he has in his possession.
Go on.
We don't know what it's called. I only
What it
heard
looks
rumors
like?
of what it looks like. It's a strange mechanical orb.
A machine ball.
No, machine ball would be an ignorant man way of describing it. You could more accurately describe, supposedly in Tales, it more as an infinite probability transmogrifier.
Yeah, but what color was it?
I don't know. Nobody's seen it.
Probably some sort of metallic color.
Again, it's only a rumor that the wizard even had the device to begin with.
So how are we supposed to, or how's Patty supposed to follow through with her deal? Or with this new proposition?
Oh, she won't be. She won't be. She's confined to the inn. Which leaves it on you. The individuals that she suckered into helping her.
And if there is no device?
If there's no device, then there's no device.
What does that mean for our deal?
It means that I'm the idiot who fell for some rumor that I heard years ago and tried to confirm. It means nothing to you.
And her stuff?
And her stuff will be in her inn tonight. It's not quid pro quo. I won't wait till I see the device in order to do it. As a matter of fact, I've already signaled while we've been standing here for my men to find the contact in the barracks and retrieve her wares.
Now, you seem like a smart man. Sorry, Alferis. What prevents us from just saying, oh yeah, we totally went, nothing was there? Obviously you have some way to confirm this.
Maybe I do, maybe I don't. Maybe we just act as gentlemen and do what we agreed to do for a paid price instead of trying to fuck one over on a regular basis. We're a small thieves guild. I didn't build myself up and build these people up in order to benefit from them. This isn't like being in one of the larger cities. This isn't Rivergate or Westguard. All these people are here because we protect one another. We are the downtrodden and the forgotten and the harmed by the rest of the uppers in the society here in Fallman, including the Hallville family.
Well, forgive me, but I'm very used to negotiations seeming all well and good, and then some tomfuckery happens as everything goes along. Maybe after the deal's done, maybe when we show up with the orb, and then one thing leads to another, and it's a bad time for everyone.
You just described business. Shady or over the table, it doesn't matter. You just described being in business.
Yeah, I would like to do a insight check to see if I buy his whole "we're looking out for each other" speech.
Mutual
Good check for
interest.
me to do. Well, not there.
Yeah, I rolled low. It's going to be very insightful, I'm sure. I'm sure. My screen closed, sorry.
Coming from a dog man.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. 11.
Listen, you can smell what he ate for lunch, but you don't know what the fuck if he's lying or not. He seems like he's on the level, but you're not necessarily 100% convinced that he's doing this out of the kindness of his heart.
You know, if something smells fishy.
Thank you, Sad Turnip, for the 2-month subscription.
Sad turnip. What? Turn up for what? It's sad. It's just sad.
It's turn up for
I'm
sad.
sorry, it's hard to get like super hyped with them. Like turn up for sad.
Oh,
Thanks as always for stopping by, you depressed vegetable.
turn up.
Yeah. Either way, we love you, man. We haven't seen you in a while. Glad you could stop by, say how things are going. We appreciate it. Thank you so much. Thank you, everybody, for hanging out through our technical difficulties. Hopefully we can get through the rest of the session without issues. Either way, he seems like he means it. At least in this circumstance specifically, he seems like he's telling the truth.
So the guards, do they just try to keep people out? More of a suggestion, keep things...
It's more of just a gesture of goodwill on behalf of the people that the Aldwell family is taking an interest in keeping people out of there. But what are they going to do? They can't stop anything that does come out of there anyways. People just tend to stay away.
Sounds
because
like
some people go in and then they don't come back.
Sounds like a garbage detail. How vigilant are they really being?
I don't know. From what I've seen and been reported, most of them don't even like to come within 100 yards of the front road.
Oh dear.
There we go. Doesn't sound too
right
difficult.
Yes, you would think that's
So
the case.
the rumor is that there's more than just your treasure in there.
Possibly. I mean, he was a wizard. An old one, a studied one from one of the circles. He had a great deal of many allies, and I've done my research.
Studied enough to break half the town, apparently.
And studied enough to overestimate his comprehension of the lead and magic's effects on the world, and the balance between those things, the planes.
Well, I think we should go in.
Get an orb. That's honest work, right, Solus?
Close the rift.
Yeah.
Save the town.
Oh, you have experience closing rifts.
Of a sort.
Well, I can't say for sure that the rift is even open anymore. Nobody knows.
Maybe.
They sealed that manor and left it, and nobody's been there since, not as far as I'm aware. And if they have been there, they didn't come back, or else I would have heard of it.
It would be mistaken not to say that there's obviously the strong possibility of other useful assets we might find along the way. Maybe some that could help save your sister. So, there's a little bit of a risk-reward situation.
It should take you no more than 40 minutes or so to walk all the way there, do the investigation, and leave.
There's a lot of things that only take 40 minutes that take multiple hours, so I assume this is going to be one of those instances.
Yeah, so I've been told.
I feel like luck is not going to be on our side this evening, for some reason or another.
Well, that sells me. Let's do it.
Then you know as well as anybody else, luck is just chance.
You couldn't be in a better position. You have a cleric of Parathor with you at the moment. What more could you ask than to be underneath the light of the wisest of all the deities, under his protection?
Then you're right. It's not going to be super easy, because if it was, he wouldn't be asking us to do it.
This is the sort of work the guards would appreciate.
I do have a question.
I don't think so.
I'm sure you do.
Why not?
What is it?
What is the catch?
What catch?
Why
I explained it to you in plain detail.
Yes, but why haven't you gone in or sent one of your men in? There seems to be...
Because it's dangerous and people don't come back.
Has anyone told why? Anything? Any stories of what's been inside? If anyone's walked
No,
in?
because nobody goes there.
Ghosts.
We told you.
Undead.
People at one point in time tried to live after the accident, but they were driven out by spirits, ghosts, shadows, whatever you want to call the ethereal beings that crossed over from the veil, or still continue to. Either way, nobody is really sure. We do know this for sure, though. People will go in, and they don't come back out sometimes.
Well, we should try and stop that and make a profit. Why not?
I have a question. With the Church of Parator here, how come the church hasn't chosen to shine their light on this section of town and just go in there and cleanse the whole area?
Well, I can answer that for you.
Go ahead.
Well, that's because they're phonies. They're fakers. They're too busy collecting tithes.
Yeah, they can't be bothered. Why should they risk their life and limb to do such a thing?
I don't know if...
They don't have any clerics here. You have one.
Oh, they don't.
No, why wouldn't they? Clerics are, as well as I do, clerics are rare. So
Yeah,
why
well-
would some priest, lowly priest, or acolyte, or high priest go in there and attempt to do battle with the evils that possibly are wandering through? It's not worth the risk. These things don't normally find their way into the roads, the streets. Nobody else has been harmed who doesn't cross the line and walk towards the wizard's manor. The section of town is more or less isolated. Why should anybody risk their lives?
I just figured with such a zealous faction of your faith, Zolas's faith, that there would be some sort of divine guidance fueling their zealous behavior.
The real question you should be asking is why did your conclave of ghost hunters seal the building and not finish the job?
That is a good question. News doesn't spread that well, apparently. I'll have to check in.
Why would something be sealed and not taken care of?
It's too dangerous.
Yeah, why would they do that, Hargrave?
Well,
Do you
it
remember
really depends.
anything?
Remember who you are.
Get back on the roof. I'd like to make a history check to see if...
You remember?
Not if I remember, but rather, like, if I would be aware of any reasons. I'm sure there's a volume of reasons why they could possibly have done such a thing.
What's the SOP on this?
What's the SOP?
What's the
Yeah.
operating
What's
procedures
the
on
What's
that?
the reg?
Can't
Where's
seal
the reg?
this
Can
reg.
you cite the reg for me?
Can I cite the reg? That's what you're asking. I'm
Yeah.
not
Can
gonna cite
I
for you.
can I cite the reg? Can
Yeah.
I tap into my
Yeah, roll
reg
history
citing? Oh wow,
Wow.
rolling
Whoa,
rolling
hold
so
That's
Double
so.
digits.
That's above average.
Yeah, it's above average,
Don't
and
apply
my
negative
screen keeps
modifiers,
closing.
I see.
Above average is just better than a pile of dog crap. Let's be real.
Hold on.
Yeah.
It's
better.
a sturdy, firm pile of dog crap that's easy to pick up. That's
Yeah.
what it is.
Yeah.
Right, so history.
It takes one scoop with
11.
with the baggie. Works out great, but you're not happy doing it. That's
Oh.
average.
So, since this is about ghosts, can I use my class feature
Class feature.
Hunter's Bane, where I get advantage on intelligence checks to recall information about fiends, fae, and undead, and how we deal with them? Slight twist to it. So I would understand if you said no.
I mean, spirits and stuff, ghosts and stuff like that are technically undead, but
Hey, if everybody just nods, we
no,
can pressure Andy.
I think
If not, it's an 11.
no,
Because it's not.
it's fine.
He's not going to roll better. We all know it.
He's not gonna roll better.
Do better.
19.
Nice.
Nice, yeah.
You lied.
I did. I'm good at
We
it.
all knew it wasn't you rolling that.
Oh.
The Fates did that just to
Yeah.
spite him, but he played him. 'Cause
You're welcome.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Wait, this is plan all along.
This is a plan all along.
Genius. Honestly, you're just really not sure. There's a multitude of different reasons. Maybe it's irreparable. A ceiling is all they could do. Maybe it's not a single source or an issue. Maybe there's too many. It would take too much effort. Maybe the Aldwell family wasn't willing to pay them what they were asking to finish the job.
Yeah.
But unfortunately, you just don't know anything about most of the other conclaves or why they do things they do.
Yeah.
And the Order of Ghost Slayers is particularly secretive. Compared to all of the conclaves, the Order of Ghost Slayers is it's much smaller. And they're kind of
Weird.
considered jerks.
Okay.
Like, when it comes to blood hunters, they're just kind of considered jerks, so.
It's a depressing line of work. But no, there's honestly a number of reasons that we're not all tied together the way you might think. There's similar goals, different ways of going about things, different sets of rules. We might find out once we get in there and really see what's going on, but as of right now, I couldn't tell you. I could probably tell you it's pretty bad, but that's about it.
Climb.
Are we putting it to a vote?
Yeah, sure, we can put it to a vote.
Okay.
I like how nobody knows.
Let's guess how Solas feels over there.
Boss.
Let's do it. Takes me back.
I don't know where she is. No.
Yeah.
Oh.
Well,
All we hear is meow.
She'll
She's
follow
on the
us
wall.
wherever
he
we
does
go,
have a
I
point.
assume.
We do have a holy man on our side, more than one actually. And clerics have unique abilities to affect the undead. I'm familiar with that. I don't know if you know those spells or incantations.
Those holy rites.
Banish the undead before, turn them, abolish them, find them some salvation.
Look, there's been undead in the past. We
Might them
fought
together.
alongside undead with you guys.
Yeah, I know. So
that's-
you think you're up to
What is
it?
your vote? You know,
What I'm saying is, I know you're. We had a couple conversations, so I know this may be a touchy subject. I was just trying to be considerate. Anyway, I'm down to go.
There's not really something to discuss.
Oh, yeah.
Patty walks right, she deal! And she throws him right back. He shakes her hand. The Warforged. Patty, are you sure, Patty? Like, another deal with the individual. It didn't really work out the first time.
Well, she has nothing to lose. She's just a shepherd offering lambs up to slaughter. You heard? She's staying at the inn, right?
Maybe
Just another law-abiding citizen.
maybe our price should go up if we're doing this.
If there's more treasure in there, I think our price is we get to keep it.
Well, no, our price was to negotiate. We already made that money.
True. We negotiated.
We did negotiate.
Yeah, that's done.
And you guys got me a great deal. Exactly what I wanted, as a matter of fact.
Yeah, keep in mind we have the leverage now, so now we get to turn around and negotiate.
No, we don't really.
This is,
They're going to give her things right back to her, so it doesn't matter.
That's actually very true.
And you think she's gonna keep them if we don't do this job? And I realize she's standing right there, so
She also
you guys aren't really used to this.
She also,
Normally
can
we
just
wait.
skedaddle, it's like she's a small gnomish woman.
Either way, let's just
She's like, hey, I see eye to eye here.
Tell a joke.
Either way.
Yeah, it's no
I just
problem.
did.
Yeah,
I see eye to eye.
40-minute walk there.
You get it? We both on the same page, and we're both short. Yeah, we see eye to eye. Yeah, eye.
Captain.
Let's just make our way and go about this.
Making
Maybe
our
we
way
can shed some light
to the
into the
town.
darkness for those that need it.
We should get
Shut
some
up.
sleep
You're not
while we
helping.
daylight.
At all.
This sort of work is
No,
easy.
you don't want to wait for the day. There's more guards, there's more activity. It's not like the section is completely abandoned. You want to do it tonight.
Yeah, too easy. 40-minute walk there, hour to look around, 40-minute walk back. Heck, see you for breakfast.
Not to mention we
Even
have
that, I
things
just
to
assume
do.
Once
I
you
would like to
arrive
by
and you
afternoon.
see the current state of, what should I say, the
Haunted
the
road.
blocks and the manor that have been abandoned, you'll not want to tarry behind. You'll see. I have walked near the streets late at night before, and yes, there are some strange things that happen there. Just saying.
Well, then let's go.
Make my way out of that crowd.
So then you guys hear Lumi flip down. She's been listening from just above your heads the whole time. Spearling.
Now,
Turns.
You're going to be excited, Lumi.
I heard we're doing a deal. Hi, it's good to see you.
So yes, I know you were there. It's fine.
Well, that's okay. Why didn't you say hi?
Your Tabaxi are a strange and interesting folk. You're so eccentric and energetic, and I just really didn't want to bother. This is what I was avoiding. You always have so many questions as a race to ask.
Yeah, well, I have to know.
Lumi.
It's
Like,
no
why are
wonder
you
the
so
slave
thin?
masters of Suwan cut your tongues out when they take you as slaves.
Like, I worry about you, like my mama says. Like, bones is not good for your
Lumi.
skin.
Lumi, we made a deal.
There's a good
Let's
reason
go.
for it.
I would gently like to
That's
put
for
my
sure.
arms on her shoulders and begin dragging her out of the building.
Bye. It's nice to see you
Yeah.
again.
He
We'll
just
do another thing
turns
again.
and goes back to the fight in the pit, which seems to have like escalated as the crowd kind of like just cheers and
You should bet on the dogs.
Mm.
Action economy is very important.
What is advantage?
yeah. Persuasion.
Tactics.
The Goliath escorts you back outside the building, and once you reach the outside, he kind of just buggers off and goes back to playing the game with the other gentlemen that are out front. And you continue walking away from the warehouse back towards the streets. And Brittle and Patty turn to you. And well, that went just about as expected. Little miss, no, it didn't. Well, you've roped more unfortunate individuals into your shenanigans. I can't really approve of this.
Speaking of which, it's time to pay up.
Oh, yes, we did agree on payment, didn't we? She grabs the bag, opens it, sticks her arm inside, and pulls out a bunch of gold. Just individually bagged pieces, and just starts throwing them to you. 100 gold pieces apiece.
Drop it. Yeah, bend over and plate armor.
Yeah, exactly. Just throws yours extra low.
Yeah.
Makes you dive for it. Damn it!
She knows.
Damn it, Patty! I'm a paladin.
I'm a paladin.
God damn it! This armor. It's always in the way.
Anyways, I'll wait for Hargrave to continue.
Either way, I will be at the inn, awaiting my focus and staff to be returned to me. I'll probably see you there, since that's where you're staying.
Yeah, try not to ruin our accommodations anymore.
I don't know what you're implying.
The fact that we have a broken door and a hole in the floor and our balcony's busted.
As far as I'm concerned, and the establishment's concerned, you did that.
Fair
That is-
enough.
Yeah.
Let's go find some loot.
Well, I fixed the floor, but could you
Fixed. Pulled a rug over it. Fixed.
I'm sorry. Can you say it?
Yeah, that's fair.
I don't think they vacuum. So, and that was there when we got there, but as I turned to the Warforged,
Persuasion check.
So, look, I'll get to that roll when I get to it.
Yeah.
I turned to Brittle, the Warforged.
Yeah.
But could you fix our door somehow? You know.
No, it's not what I was designing to do. How would I fix your door?
Well, you got all night.
I mean, realistically, I have eons and it still won't happen.
Eons. What are eons?
A unit of measurement of time. Like a lot. Big numbers.
Wow. Yeah. Listen. Okay.
Warforged don't age, that's what I'm saying.
I'm out of here. I walk away. Eons. You believe that? Phony talk.
Phony.
All right.
It's not even a word, boss.
It's definitely a word.
It's not a word.
It's a word.
I thought it was Aeon.
It's eon.
Well then.
So then Patty turns, she goes, so, now to the real deal. 3,000 gold pieces, you bring me the instrument instead of Devin. I need it.
Nope.
And why do you need it more than Devin?
I need it because I know that he plans to sell it to somebody else who is an annoying rival of mine, and I can't let him get the one up on me.
Ooh, annoying rival. What's his name?
Why don't you just buy it from Devin?
I tried.
How much?
Much isn't a question. Devin is a man of honor. He offered the piece first. I found out later. He said no, the deal was done. But he was still, as it happens, looking for someone to do the work for him and was running up dry. I stumbled upon you idiots, people, either way, who, judging by your reactions, the armor, the things that you're wearing, and the way that the guards approached you as I was brought into the establishment, could tell that you were not only outsiders, but
I'll give it away.
I had heard a story of a group of individuals who came from the Central Vale across the mountains. You match the description. You know you all stand out, correct?
Yes.
It's not very often that there are red dragonborn paladins just wandering the streets, as realistically, paladins in general are kind of rare.
It's my red eyes. They stand out.
You know, there's not many of you left after the Night of Cleansing Fire those years ago.
Are you trying to make a point? What, don't... I look at the group. Well, don't look at me, all right?
Are you okay?
I'm fine.
Am I
There's only
familiar
so
with this
few of you.
Night of Cleansing Fire, since he seems to want to glaze over it?
Are you?
Probably not.
I mean, make a check if you want.
I was about to say.
Do your check.
I'm leaning towards not.
Do your check, girl. Do your
Nine.
check,
Going to be a
girl.
2.
What's all this about Night of Cleansing Fire?
I mean, you guys have heard of it, but you're not really familiar with the details. You've heard the story passed around, but that's about it.
Was it from Bards?
No.
What's this Night of Cleansing Fire she's talking about?
History
I didn't
check.
realize we were traveling around with a rare
History
breed.
check.
Yeah.
Yeah, go ahead.
Oh,
Oh,
fuck.
fuck. Not even I know.
Honestly, you're not even really that familiar. It happened before you became a paladin. You became a paladin as a result of said. This happened about a year ago. From what you heard, Conewall was attacked by the Wild Hunt. And the leader of the Wild Hunt killed about 100 paladins before he was stopped, decimating all of the orders and their strength before they had left.
So she's making a pass on me being a paladin, not a red dragonborn.
Mm.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Oh. I didn't know.
But either way, aside from that, if you must know, I need it for study, and it's related to Sultanas and the Warforged, she nods to Brittle, and things that are more personal.
I look at my honest group who doesn't want me to jump into things.
I'll be honest. I'll state my opinion now.
All right.
Last time we did something like this, and we decided to go back on what we said we'd do, it cost us a friend.
Can we butt in here real quick?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Can we get back to you on that at the end after we've done this?
No, I need an answer. We have a short time frame here. They're expecting you 40 minutes or so to an hour at max to return with the orb, do the trade, and it'll be done. It will take them probably less time than that to get their contacts inside the guards barrack to give me my arcane focus and staff back. We really don't have a lot of time.
Yeah, we might not even find it.
It might not even be there. You're right. And then nobody has to worry about it at all.
Is it dangerous?
Not that I'm aware. I don't believe it's dangerous. I think that, it's, I don't know, all artifacts and relics from that Empire's days are sort of strange, and some of them can be dangerous, but for the most part, from what I understand, it's not really that dangerous.
And you also forgot to mention, who is this rival of yours?
Oh, I don't know what the point of mentioning his name is. It's not like you've heard of him.
Well, maybe I have. I am one of many questions and answers and information and all.
Well, so he's a relic hunter like I am, and his name is, he's another gnome from back home, and his name is Vinny Hegelmeyer.
The Vinny Hagelmeyer.
Yeah, so at least one of you has heard of him.
Listen, we worked out a deal. You paid us to work it out. We agreed to go get the thing, return it to the guy. We're sticking to the deal. It's how I do business. If you want to go get it from him later, or whatever the case may be for your little project, that's up to you.
I can tell that he's not the brains of the outfit. Am I incorrect in thinking of this?
Why don't you buy it off the rival?
Stoop that low? Like, go to Vinny, hi, Vinny, you bested me once again. Can you take pity on me, and I'll buy this relic off of you before you can sell it for great sums of money, or do whatever you're going to do with it. No, I'm not doing that.
Is he like a love rival?
Listen, I can tell from when I introduced myself that none of you might have been familiar with Vinny, which is kind of a surprise, because he's cut right in the field altogether. But I can tell that none of you recognize me by my last name.
No, should we have heard of you?
You should have if you're from here.
Persuasions check. As I try to belittle her. Yeah. Oh, God damn it. Yeah. Well, actually, it's a 7.
I have to warn you, she has a pretty high charisma.
Yeah.
So
well, it's a 7.
yeah, I'm gonna go no. She just takes it and she's like, no, you should have. My father is an especially famed and especially well-respected artificer in our hometown, our home city.
I look at the Warforged and I look back at her. Like, how good?
Let's just say that my father is the one who figured out how to wake up the Warforged from their slumber.
It's very specific.
After thousands and thousands of years of Warforged sitting in tombs, sitting in open fields, gathering rust, gathering dirt, gathering growth on them, doing nothing but being intriguing, interesting objects for scholars to oogle over and theorize over, my father is the one who woke them up.
Alfarius, that's all well and good for her father, but she's just trying to manipulate you. You saw how she played earlier.
Can I tell she's lying?
You're gonna fall for this?
You can make an insight check if you want.
I would like to do stuff.
To do make?
To do Eye of the Sea.
Okay.
Oh
guys are really hot. Hot last night.
Wait, treat a roll of
Hotness.
7 or lower on a d20 as
It's a
an
10.
8.
As an 8?
Ugh.
So it's 8 plus
What?
5.
It's a special ability.
13!
How much?
13.
13?
Tell the bitch.
Better than that.
Um,
Better than that. That's for sure.
Doesn't seem like she's lying. You recognize the last name. As when she says it again and she discusses, it sounds familiar. You have heard
Night, Gavin.
of
Sweet dreams.
Belindle is the gnome home city of all tinker gnomes and forest gnomes. It still is connected to the Feywild, and they use it to travel back and forth. Gnome artificers are considered the most powerful and most brilliant artificers of all who do it. If there's an artificer guild, then there's probably a gnome sitting somewhere on the seat for approving people who go to schools there.
Mm-hmm.
So it sounds familiar, and she doesn't seem like she's lying, or even she might be exaggerating, but she's definitely not lying.
So if your father woke him up, can you fix the Warforge?
She looks at Brittle. What do you mean fix?
Well, I mean, your friend's all beat up. Why are you out here trying to meet your own goals?
She likes looking like that. I don't make her stay that way. Brittle's just kind of like, yeah, I'm used to this. This is how I've always looked. And we don't remember anything before we went into our slumber. So I just kind of decided that this is how I should look. So I stay this way.
Alright. I'm perfectly happy taking your gold. No one trusts me or likes me no matter what I do, so more gold is good for me and my goals.
I'm telling you, you're not staying here anyways. I can tell. You look at your packs in your room. I saw everything the way it was. It's not like you're planning on living here.
I never want to see Foam End again if I had a choice.
By the way, while we're out, you stay the fuck away from my pack.
Don't know what you're implying. I'm not a tabaxi.
Yeah, but you're not much better.
Hey!
I have my own room and my
Aren't you
own
a
research
thief?
and things to do. I await
Or
the arrival of my
I'm a
focus and my
rogue.
staff.
Okay.
You have your own things to do. Why did you climb
I
across
only steal
balconies
what
into
I
ours?
want.
Oh, I just
Oh.
happened to climb the
What?
doors and see what I considered suckers in the room.
Hey!
I was escaping anyways. I wasn't going to stay there. These guards can't keep me here.
I don't like her.
I do. I'll take your money.
No,
That's my gold.
Me votes no.
no. We've done this before. We've been down this road before. We had a long discussion
Are
about
you afraid of
this.
some small two-time thieves guild that's not even really a thieves guild?
Hey, I respect Devin.
I'm surprised. You spoke without insulting one of us. It's quite impressive.
I mean, yeah, it happens sometimes.
No,
I slip up.
I'm glad we're afraid.
We've done this before, and it cost a friend our life.
I
We're
just
simply
feel
going
like-
back on what we said we would do.
I just feel like you need to convince us more, just to do research for you to get the orb compared to, a deal we just
No.
made with someone.
No, if that's what she wanted, she should have told us ahead of time.
That's true.
Yeah, you would have disagreed, or you may have tried to leverage more money. And I couldn't let you go in there. You don't really understand Devon. One of you has the air of someone who has studied arcane magic, but none of you really understand what was going on in there. I was shielding you from him reading your minds. His sword isn't just some trinket, some sword. If I had told you what I really wanted, he would have seen it in your minds, possibly, seen past it or dispelled my magic, and then he would know what I was up to. I don't do anything for no reason.
So he can read our minds. Is he a
I
vampire?
wanted confirmation that he knew the orb was in the wizard's tower. Because my research had come up dry. Partially one of the reasons why I had a small outburst in the magic district.
He kind of stated he guesses it's there.
He's playing you. He wouldn't send somebody in there into some dangerous place without a sure thing. He's not an idiot. It's a small thieves guild. He keeps his friends close and his acquaintances close, but it's small fish. He likes where he is. He is the big fish in this small fish pond, if that makes any sense.
Well, that's 2 no's.
That's not how I do business.
3 no's. Looking at Lumi. Lumi?
I just want her to convince me. I want you to convince me that I should take your side. What
you
is
should
Devin?
take my side because we're friends.
Well, you just insulted Tabaxi.
Your people are used to it.
Now tell me, what he reads people's mind. What is he?
He just has a magic item that allows him to read people's minds. He didn't get to where he is by... I mean, not as far as I'm aware.
Because if you want me to help convince them, you need to give me something.
She's trying to give us
I'm trying
gold.
to give you gold.
Well, I need a little more than gold.
Then tell her no, and let's go get it and give it to Devin. She can figure out her problems after that.
But I'm interested in his sword.
We can be interested somewhere else. Let's go.
I can't give you his sword. It's not mine to give you.
No, I'm just saying.
I'm really sorry, but I just can't do that. I know. Difficult to hear for a Tabaxi.
I just want you to convince me, and you're not really.
I
doing
told
a
you
good
who I
job.
am. You can use your own imaginations. This sort of favor can go really far when it comes to doing something in the future. You never know what you might want to get. This is a bridge that's burned that probably won't be repairable in the future.
Well, geez, I guess we're sorry to let you down.
Either way. I'll find another if I can't get this one, possibly.
I mean, look on the bright side. You'll know where it'll be after this if we find it.
Maybe.
You just gotta have faith in yourself.
Oh, I'm not as deft with the sneaking and the stealing or the slaying of ghosts and monsters.
Yeah, but after we give it to Devin, you can get some other suckers to go find it.
Maybe.
Yeah, I
I
know.
could.
You could. You can just keep following that trail. You know where Vinny is. You'll know where that orb's gonna be.
Well, that's the problem. I don't know where Vinny is.
Damn. It's too bad.
He's one step ahead of me all the time.
Yeah, it's Vinny for you. I tell you. I'm gonna tell you guys more about
At the
him.
very least, know that the orb, where the orb is and where it will be going.
Maybe.
Chances are she'll just try and steal it from us before we can get it to him.
Chances, but let's go.
Either
find
way,
I'm
let's
not
go.
a thief. How am I supposed to steal it from you?
Well,
I'm a sorcerer, not a thief.
Oh,
Yeah, because you can't do anything with magic.
You're right. I can do lots of things with magic.
did you guys
This is
sense
getting
her
awkward. We
arcane,
should really just go.
arcane voodoo
Well,
when we were there?
she said she put while we were standing. No,
well, I mean, she jumped off that 3-story balcony, and she's no tabaxi, so obviously she's got some talent in finding the artifacts, getting shenanigans. And I leaned close into Lumi. She asked us to find her arcane focus and her staff earlier. That's kind of a tall tale sign to me as a detective.
As a detective.
She knows magic.
Makes sense.
oh no,
Thank you.
I just.
really are just the brightest of us all.
Yep.
All right, I'll say it again. I'll take her gold, but if no one else is gonna, let's just get to it. Good luck. You'll know where it's headed.
That's fine.
Yeah.
You're free to go.
Yeah, we leave.
Like,
You know where we gotta go.
Yeah.
Let's go.
Now we're involved with another thieves guild.
Now, hold on. Listen. It's honest work.
This isn't the Grey Jack.
Yeah.
Well,
Yeah,
I
so,
mean,
as you guys are leaving, you hear her. She goes over and she kind of hits Brittle on the chest. You hear the ting, and she goes, "Well, I'm sorry, Brittle. I tried, but it seems as though we won't be able to figure out the mystery of unlocking your memories and restoring who you once were. They're just going to let the orb fall in the hands of some rich noble and disappear into some private collection, and it'll never be seen again."
can I tell if she's trying to be snarky?
She's definitely being snarky.
You can tell.
She's like, "I know that you were ripped from the person that you were and put into this machine at some point, but
As we walk away, she's just louder and louder.
Can I roll an insight check to see if, like, her words are honest?
Dude,
Sure. Why am I taking psychic damage?
Psychic damage.
I'm taking damage right into the feels.
You can't change.
I'd like to inspire myself to do better on trying to determine if she's being honest or not.
I'm totally getting the
What do you
vibes
do,
of that girl
masturbate?
from Wreck-It Ralph.
Inspire myself.
Yeah, that's an inspiration right there. She's
No,
like,
that's
you're so good.
sad and depressing.
Just want to know how you inspired yourself.
God, yeah. Fucking 30.
You don't know. Nobody knows how the Warforged were made.
No, I was just trying to see if her words were like, I was like trying to...
Again, you don't know.
Oh, alright.
She could be. You don't have any signs that you don't know her well enough. You don't have any telltales to, like.
And-
There's nothing for you to fall back on to go like that doesn't match up or that doesn't make sense. So you don't know.
Should have rolled a 35, man.
Yeah.
So, obviously, he's like perking up and looking back.
Same here.
If you're gonna change your mind just because she has a new perspective,
I'm trying. I don't want to add people to the murder list, really.
No, it's probably better if she doesn't get her memories back. You know, Warforged. War. You know, just say it. War. Forged war. Just say it.
think of the amazing
I'm sorry, but I
insights
have
into that time in
ears.
history, though.
I can hear you.
Oh, I'm just saying.
Regardless of the Warforged safety, if they really do remember that time, that's the kind of insights that might be acquired are
No.
staggering.
No, guys, what she's doing, and I point back to her, what she's doing is she's sulking. She had her chance. She had a moment to tell us a little bit more, but she's like my sister. Just like every time I'm done with an argument and I walk away, she's like, "Oh my God, Lumi, why do you have to be like that?
Wait.
Oh, it's just like that."
Well, my
No.
vote hasn't
wait,
changed. We should
wait.
take her money.
Wait, you have a sister.
She's meant
We knew this.
Aren't they just born and left letters?
Oh, yeah, that's true. Actually, no, I remember now. Sorry. It appears I'm so slightly drunk.
Trust me,
My
Radiant
memories.
was always annoying like that. "Oh, Lumi, why do you have to be like that? No, I'm just gonna walk away." I've heard this before.
Either way.
How are the crocodile tears affecting Solos?
No. Solos's word is we're giving it to the shitty thieves guild that we're now fucking involved with,
Oh, I totally
and
got
that's
that.
me word.
Hold on, I totally get your principle, but how are they affecting your heart?
His heart says this is a dumbass idea.
You know what?
Like
Honestly,
the cobble beneath me feet, it is stone.
honestly, I'll fire his jokes, but I thought you guys had a little moment in there. No, eye to eye. I'm not blind.
Can I can I get a
had our moment on the
can I get a DC 16 Wisdom saving throw from you, Alvarius?
Yeah, absolutely.
Oh, no. Does extra stuff happen if you fail it by more than 5?
You suddenly feel like you're just additionally more sympathetic to her plight.
No.
Verbal component to friends, anybody?
I mean, suddenly now that the Warforged is involved, for some reason it just hits you right in that orphanage where you're like, I don't have anybody either. I didn't know my
Thank you,
parents,
best
and suddenly this idea of like not knowing who you are, where you came from, or your past, it's just like, it's sentimental.
Guy's priority. 14 people rating. What's up?
Well, you just watch me get charmed.
Happens a lot.
Yeah, it actually does. Yeah. I stop in my tracks.
That's what you happen when you get a charismatic leader, but not a wise one.
I stop and I turn and look at him.
I'm about to be new leader.
Yeah. Wow. I look my 1,000-yard stare as I remember a past I never had, a family I never got to enjoy, a childhood I never truly got to appreciate, friends I lost in war, but the memories I cherish of knowing that they were my friends. It hits me. Come on, as I speak up to the group. Oh, come on, I say it.
I wouldn't look at me.
I say it low. I even stare at Hargraves. Come on, we're deep down. We're exes. We're better than this. Come on,
I lean over. We're the Guardians of the Veil.
yeah. But deep down.
Insert erratic here.
But deep down, though, we're Exodus at heart, and we do what's right.
There's no mistake.
In the Warforge, I don't know about you guys, but we could be really making a difference in Brittle's life.
Alfarius, she's just whining. She's being like a whiny sister I had. Do not fall for her tricks.
She's telling me her heart, and I'm telling you mine.
Hey, I don't know if you know this
I've
about
been in her shoes.
Alfarius, do not. No, this is just like the harpies again. I just have a feeling. Don't do it. She's just
like the
being.
harpies again.
She's
You know,
just
it
being
is
a girl.
A bit like
She's
the
just
actually.
doing her sob story. She's just like my sister. Don't do it.
As a knight of Taylor, it is my duty to protect fair maidens of this land. And between you and me,
Oh shit!
Patty's friend is in danger.
It's just a bunk
I'm
of
not
junk.
knowing herself,
It's just a bunk of junk.
but not possibly after we give her the orb.
Yeah, then she's a freaking war machine.
Yeah, Warforge.
So
War.
Riddle comes forward.
No,
and kind of
Riddle!
stands between Patty and all of you.
No, Brittle.
Listen, I know that she's hard and she's downright intolerable at times. And don't ask me why I love her so much and why I protect her. It really goes much deeper than you could really understand, but or that I could share with you. But you have to understand that, I know that why you don't want to help us, and it makes sense. It really does. But no ill will. There isn't. She means well. This is her father, and they raised her to be a wonderful person, and she is. She's young and rambunctious, and she doesn't really understand the full consequences of her actions as she takes them at times. And gnomes are like this. If you choose not to help us, I understand. Maybe we can find something else. There's more Sultanus relics out there, from what I understand. And sometimes we meet other Warforged to have pieces of their memory intact, and we can slowly but surely, that's what we've done to put this together.
I have a question, and I would hope for a straight answer. What does this orb mean?
I don't know what it means.
What does it mean if we give it to her? She says she's going to research it and everything, but what are you trying to do with it?
I don't know. We don't know what it is, really. You're asking us about the nature of something that's over 12,000 or more years old. It dates back before the magic scourge that wrecked the Weave.
The
fall of Sultanus, the most powerful magic empire that ever existed. We don't know what it could do.
I have a question. The Warforged you found with parts of their memories intact.
Some pieces, more like remnants, shattered. Sometimes I even remember things when I dream state. Think of it like a giant mirror that was smashed on the ground, and sometimes you look through fragments and you see pieces, but you can't put them in order, and you don't know what's what or whose is whose. So it's hard to keep track of. As Patty comes around. That's why I need the orb. If Vinny gets it, it's just going to go to some noble collector in Marseille, and we'll never see it again, and we won't have a chance to learn the truth. My research and understanding has shown that this was an instrumental piece, possibly, in the creation of Warforged. If we can reverse engineer and understand the way it works,
So lost.
then we could possibly figure out why they lost their memories. Or maybe they'll lead us further down and we can find something else that restores their memories. Or maybe it leads nowhere. I can't really be 100% sure. We're in uncharted territory, and as far as I know, I am the only person on the Shattered Coast who is even really attempting to figure this out. aside from my father.
Solos, you could always put her in a zone of truth.
I simply humbly ask that you put it in the hands of somebody who would rather use it for good than someone who'd use it for gain. That's all I ask.
Oh, come on, guys. She's really trying to help people here. Failing. She's young. She's basically you a year ago. Shouldn't she be going through the motions?
Imagine the story you could write with a Warforge's memory.
And Solus. She's really trying to...
That's low.
What?
That's low.
No, I was just thinking to myself.
That's real low.
What are you talking about?
That's real low.
I was just thinking to myself. I already told you my position. I have a certain way of doing business. If something got lost on the way back.
That's fine. Or maybe it wasn't there to begin with.
Or maybe it wasn't there to begin with. But that's pretty shitty.
I just say we
I
go
don't
look
do that.
for it, and if it's not there, it's probably not even there. Someone's saying.
We were gonna go either way.
I'm just saying it's probably not there.
I'm about 100% sure that it is there.
I said it's probably not there, and we're probably not going to find anything.
Oh, no, it's definitely there. You'll find it. I guarantee it's there. It's there.
Throw my fucking hat round. Does no one understand innuendos?
Sexual club? Are you
right.
on the gnome?
Let's go.
I'm sorry, but I like attractive men.
Oh, okay, I like you again.
Phelan just looks at her and goes,
Or women, either way. Whatever.
Favor game.
well, places.
Yeah.
Pick up my hat.
You're just not quite my type. I'm sorry.
It's fine.
Listen, are you helping me or not?
I'm helping you.
No,
Oh,
we
God.
said we weren't.
She kind of smirks. She goes, I know you are.
Well, yeah. I mean, what you said. I mean, like, you should have said that earlier. It totally changed me.
Oh, God.
Solo, listen.
No, Solos! Are you thinking about what is going to happen? Okay? My God!
A lot of Warforged are going to benefit from this.
Very.
If you have the chance to go out and cure a disease, won't you?
What's the cure cost?
Almost.
Thousands, by the way.
I hope we kind of done that before. Lynn done that, and it was a good feeling.
There-
Lynn told me it was a good feeling.
There's tens of thousands of Warforged in the world.
And she's one of the only people that can cure that disease.
I see where he's coming from, Solas. I do.
As a matter of fact, in Bravadis, there's actually a field, an ancient battlefield that's filled with inactive Warforged that haven't even woken up yet. That you've seen in person. That just occurred to me that you've seen them.
But her father hasn't got around to him yet. I mean, the price to pay is for us solos. Sometimes we have to take on these burdens.
There's also a part of me that says, in the same sentence when we were talking to the gentleman who was in there, he also said, being betrayed is just business. So again, if we do this, it is just business.
So she gets a little bit snappier this time. She goes, we're running out of time. And there's a flash of light that comes through her eyes. And a spark of fire bursts out from her body. And kind of flares up and then just dissipates.
Are you okay?
Yeah, why? What happened?
You may have, I don't know, slightly engulfed yourself in fire, and your eyes glowed, and you made a little bubble of explosion. When you were angry.
Oh. Yeah, I had one of my little outbursts again.
Young Red Dragonborn.
Wild magic.
Young Red Dragonborn the same way. Till you learn to control that rage.
I've been trying.
We had a colleague who had a similar thing.
Yours, the Dragonborn, is a natural gift, one that you harness through the elemental energies from your heritage. Sorcerer is not so much. It takes much more focus and practice. And I'm still young. But one of these outbursts may or may not have been the cause of the explosion that did damage to unknown magic component stalls and resulted in me being isolated in the inn. But that's neither here nor there. I disagree with the guards and their description of events and how it happened and how a danger I am to society. You can relate. She points to the tiefling.
Let's just go.
Yes, I can.
We can decide what to do when we find the orb.
Exactly. When we find that orb, we'll know exactly the right thing to do.
So she kind of reaches out. Now listen. She looks you. Attention. Listen.
They get down on a knee.
Are you getting me? Okay,
getting
listen. This is important.
Yep.
Don't break it.
I thought it was made of metal.
Don't break it.
You're a dragonborn, you can bend metal. I'm just saying.
All right. I can
We're
do it.
not exactly sure what it's made out of. Possibly.
Is there any...
If it's based on the soul component inside of Warforged, it could be a container that has a very sensitive magical crystal component on the inside that powers the Warforged's soul. Don't break it.
With it... What if we put it into a bag of holding?
I don't recommend doing that.
Why I asked.
I don't know what the magical energies that encompass this device how it could react to being put into a pocket dimension like that. I don't recommend it. We don't know enough about it to say yes or no.
Could rip a hole in the veil.
Yeah, don't break it.
This is why I asked.
It could cause a cataclysmic magical explosion that results in the death of everybody and everything nearby for who knows how far.
Let's just turn around and walk away.
Could do nothing.
And it could do nothing. He's right.
Could fuck up the whole block.
Yeah.
They said the same thing about the first person who created a fireball. Probably said the same thing.
Probably.
Let us go get this fucking orb first. Let's start there.
I do believe a famous philosopher once said that a magic society is a polite society because of fireball. If my recollections are correct, that is. I'm just saying.
I've never quite been able to get to that one.
All right, well, I get off my
Don't be
knee.
so hard on yourself. It's really difficult. It's even hard for me to manifest at times.
The theory comes easy. It's just
You just don't see the pack
The do?
uh,
Yeah, the doing is hard.
mm,
That's what I was discussing.
yeah.
The doing is hard.
All right, I stand up. Well, you heard her. Patty and Brittle, they need this thing, and we also need it. We'll know what to do when we get it. Yes.
Yes.
Sure.
Okay.
I know.
Either way, I will be confined to the inn, as previously ordered, so as not to arouse suspicion, and so that I know that Devon's spies would be aware that I'm there and up to no mischief or trying to betray him. But that's why I roped you suckers into my business.
See? That's
Either
why
way.
I don't like her.
I'll hear from you.
Yeah.
Let's go.
Yeah, 40-minute walk. Can't be that bad.
We're gonna
Why
take a
don't you
40.
come with
To the
us?
We're gonna fast travel on a 40-minute walk.
And that's 4 dice, because fast traveling cities are like 10 minutes.
Who knows how many urchins are gonna?
Ah, surprise
Cutter.
mechanics.
I
I'm EA over here.
was about to make a comment, you beat me to it.
Okay, so Brittle and
This adventure's DLC.
yeah, you guys are gonna have to pay me $4.99 per minute after this to get the rest of the story.
You heard him, audience.
Oh, it's not part of the season pass?
No, it's not. And the rest of the campaign is behind this paywall.
Your EA can
Well, I mean,
pay
the
for magic
campaign
items
is-
from Kima.
The campaign is there, but if you want any additional level ups, like
So you're saying like all these magic items
Would
you
guys
have
like
for
an
us to
XP
buy?
booster to, get you
Yes.
past the
The hump?
leveling?
Yes!
Get you past the milestone leveling.
I want level 1 belt.
You can just buy milestones.
God damn it.
Like,
yeah.
This
how many-
significant event.
Like, what's the dollar to milestone point conversion? No, because they don't let you just spend money. You have to buy
Points
their
pound.
money and then spend that.
Point to her.
I'm just
I don't
looking. I'm just looking to spend $1.99 on a loot box. I want to get the complete Dragonborn armor set.
Yeah. I mean, it has a 0.001% chance of dropping, but I mean, if
That's
you
pretty
spend
good odds.
enough,
I'm looking for
Hey,
like.
I'm streaming. Does that mean our percentage goes up?
it does.
But
If
the-
you're a partnered streamer, which you're not. Sorry.
Oh, jeez.
Okay, it's enough at Twitch and EA's expense.
Fucking- Is there like a slot machine or anything?
I mean, there
Help
could
this
be.
game.
There's definitely gambling nearby.
Kima just dropped 100 bits and
Neat.
said, "Can I buy a minor potion of healing?"
Yeah. Do you want a healing potion? Because you dropped 100 bits. I'll just give it to them. I'll give them a random healing potion if you mean it. They can have one. Just add it to their inventory.
As Voss walks
1%.
down the alley. What the?
What's here?
Like, literally, these things are expensive as hell. What the?
He just grabs it.
What?
He's like, this is 50 gold.
Just leave it laying around on the street.
One man's trash.
Yeah, I know, right?
You haunted
I always,
road.
yeah, it's
All
a
right, let's
haunted
go.
road.
Okay.
Ooh. Thank you, Kima, by the way.
Yeah, thank you so much, Kimo. We love you so much. I have some cool stuff. I have some cool stuff to download from her that I'm excited to make item cards for you guys. So, yeah, it's gonna be cool.
Very cool.
It's gonna be.
Like item cards? Item
Some might say it's
cards?
legendary.
So are they like item cards or like item
Don't go
cards?
there, man. Why'd you go there?
What?
That's my thing.
Sorry. You made dope. You failed the channel when you made that.
That's fair. I'm a disappointment. I'm
That comes
sorry.
through really clean, by the way.
So,
What's that?
That nat one,
Yeah, no.
like that looks awesome.
Looks wicked. Wicked awesome.
Hey, I think I see a little Thalen crushed under there.
little half
As
elven
long as
boots.
it's in the center.
the center of your chest, that's a good place to be.
That's where your heart is.
As I recall, though, only one person at the table has rolled a 1 that cost someone their life.
Yeah.
Who would have done
That's
something?
not an underhanded jab.
Well, a lot of failed checks.
A lot of people
Like,
failed a lot of things to get there.
Yeah.
That's
You know.
that's fair. But it's also not like it's the first time that someone has made a decision that led to another party member's death.
That's true.
Yeah.
You know, I've died. Because
Yeah.
I'm here.
Yeah, Matt. Yeah.
Yeah.
Fuck you.
He chose me.
Actually, I think every one of your characters that has died is because of someone else's decisions.
Yeah, just about, yeah.
Yeah, thanks, Andy.
But in fairness, it was my decision to play with you
I
monsters.
feel like I'm that fucking meme, dude, where they're riding the bicycle, and it's
Yeah.
like, it's all your guys' fault, but, like, let's blame the dungeon master. You know?
I just felt like
Slay Bard.
You can handle it.
No,
That's
Ranger
not
slays
true.
Baylor.
That's a
Baylor
freaking
explodes,
lie.
killing
That's a
cleric.
lie.
Fucking DM.
Oh, I remember.
You mean
I like
Paladin.
Dylan more, and my mom would never forgive
Paladin,
me.
whatever.
That is exactly
Yeah.
what it was.
Yeah,
The
I
cleric
remember those exact
died.
words.
Cleric died because she
Enough of
wasn't
that.
there.
So,
All right, Scoop.
you, the general direction is pointed out to as you part ways with Brittle and Patty.
All right, gang, let's jump in the mystery machine.
So, as you approach this city street, this row of businesses, these 4 or 5 blocks or so that have been cordoned off from the rest of the city, you don't see any barricades, there's no walls, nothing on the outside that actually prevents anybody from entering the zone. Your best guess is just that it's too dangerous, and it's fucking scary, so people don't go there. And stuff like that happens. Exactly.
It's okay.
You hear a strange loud noise. It echoes. Yeah.
Do you know?
spooky.
But at the far end of the road, you see the tall 8-story manor that once belonged to the wizard. You can only imagine it was his. They described it as being in a circular courtyard by itself, with all the surrounding businesses and houses well on the outside of it. Walking forward, the wizard's manor just stands tall and menacing, casting a deep shadow because of the position of the moon in the sky, forward along the lane, the road. And as you walk forward, the sounds of the city and the lively people behind you
Night came up.
disappear, leaving only the sounds of your footsteps cascading into the night, one step after another on the stone road. Most of the houses and businesses are boarded up. Likely, more for the safety of people trying to get in, as opposed to being effective at keeping anything inside of them or locked away. The rows of townhouses seem to be in generally good condition with very little degradation. You wonder for a moment why they would be completely abandoned if there was no real damage done in the accident. And you remember them describing hauntings and strange sounds and shadows and shapes in the night, and sometimes people being harmed.
I don't know what.
And then you hear a series of strange whispers coming from different directions as you walk. Low at first and quiet. Sometimes loud near your ears. Almost as if you were walking through a crowd of people without actually being in a crowd. You, on multiple occasions, attempt to identify the direction that the sounds are coming from, but they're coming from everywhere and nowhere at the same time. Every once in a while, a shadow shifts in the corner. You hear a loud bang in an alley, or a tight corner, or a dead end nearby. It's also strange that the city has many stray animals, but you see none here in the streets. No dogs, no cats, no rats, nothing. You then quicken your pace slightly, picking up a little bit of speed. The road leads straight to the manor. This wide circular courtyard. Look upon it. Menacing gargoyles sitting atop the roof's edge around the building. As you get closer, you can see the semblance of a powerful magical ceiling glyph has been decorated on the ground or surrounding the entire manor. Some of the old shutters are barely hanging on in places, and many of the windows have been broken on the top floor, as if they were busted outwards from the inside. A strange, large metallic device is on top of the manor, which seems to be a series of interconnected and overlapping singular rings with antennas and strange devices coming off it on the roof, pointing in different directions. From where you're standing, you can see that the door has been obstructed with a single large, heavy-looking metal crossbar that's been slammed in place on two hinges in front of the door. All the windows on the first floor have been boarded up with solid boards and metal sheeting. The manor is made of a dense and strong-looking old brick. You hear, once again, several more sets of strange whispers. Suddenly there's a silence as the whispers stop, as you approach the edge of the ceiling glyph. A shadow passes across the moon from clouds moving through the sky from the gray spires towards the west. And for a moment, you feel like you catch a glimpse of a strange, luminescent shape in one of the top windows, and then it's gone. Or then, there's a shrill shriek, disturbing, as it emanates from the inside of the house. The shutters shake and flap from it. It runs deep into your bones, unnerving you in a way that you've never been unnerved before. You've faced undead and the wild hunt. But this is something different. It lasts for a few seconds, I've been leaving you with goosebumps, with your hair standing on edge, your body abrupt, straight-spined, the unnerved tabaxi, your wolf senses kicking in, an alert to danger, something deadly and some foe. Something is telling you that there's a force inside this matter that's not to be trifled with. There's some powerful being, something here is wrong. This can't be a mere haunting of some ghost, some lost soul. Whatever this wizard was into, whatever he did, something, when he reached into the ethereal plane or opened the portal, something else looked back and saw an opportunity. There is some dangerous, evil apparition inside this building. And now you're sure of it. Until next Friday.
It's spooky, scary
I
skeleton.
told you if it was that easy, you wouldn't be sending us.
It's spooky, scary skeleton.
Send shivers down your spine.
So should we all dress up as Scooby-Doo?
Scooby in the game?
Sweet.
Right, George. I'll be the dog. Obviously.
I'll be sure.
Yeah, look, you guys are looking at this, who knows? Like, it could be a boss, it could be bad guys, it also could just be a puzzle mansion, whatever.
Oh, not a puzzle mansion. Please, not a puzzle
Oh,
mansion.
shit.
Yeah.
I think I just
You're like, I'd rather take my chances with the dragon.
I just shit myself in fear. Oh my god.
Yeah. No, I mean, obvious, yeah, of course. Like,
I don't know how we're
of
gonna.
course they wouldn't just go there themselves. Why would it be that easy?
Yeah, it wouldn't be that easy.
I mean, all the warning signs were there, though. You guys still took the job.
So
What's
how do
your
we
deal?
how do we open the door?
I think we have to break the seal.
Well, I mean the door itself. So there was a bar across it.
Yeah, a large, heavy metal bar.
Fuck, how are you gonna
Steel
do that?
bar.
Heavy bits.
All I know is
Give it.
Burn it.
No, hold on. Let's debate this for about 10 minutes.
Yeah.
Battle plans. All right, guys.
Hey, Solas, would you do it for a Scooby snack?
It is dark and scary in there. Solas might need some motivation.
Would you perform this exorcism for 3 Scooby snacks?
No, you have 3. You only ever have 2.
You got a cute little gnome waiting for you back at the back of the inn.
You're just jealous because we had our moment on the front stoop of the house, and
Yeah,
now you're
you
like,
had
what
a
the hell?
moment.
Do you want to snack Parathor
And-
instead?
She
Would you like a
needs you.
Parathor snack?
Yeah, I thought it was funny when you were like, oh god, and I'm like, don't bring Parador into this.
Yeah. Don't be
You
paranoid.
son of a bitch. You're a cleric, don't take his name in vain.
Exactly. Fake
Yeah,
news.
yeah,
Fake
Malachi.
news.
Yeah,
The party can
Malachi.
overcome any evil, no matter how deadly and incapacitating the thing's scream is. You know?
Like, how would you
I'm just
like,
saying.
voice that scream
I
for
don't want
me?
to go there more. I'm scared of what that is.
No, voice
Oh,
that
don't
scream
be a
for me.
pussy.
What does that scream
sorry.
sound
We're
like, guys?
adventurers.
Guys,
We're adventurers.
guys, what does that scream sound like? Mimic the voice that you think you
No, I don't want to do
It's
that.
a
Gloria
night.
would.
Gloria would do it. If Gloria was here, she'd try to do it. Yeah.
It'd be so loud. No.
Yeah,
I
yeah.
like it.
Oh, is it like literally like a wee?
No, that's the little piggy that went all the way home.
Yeah, no, it's a shrill, loud, persistent
Yeah.
shriek that
It-
shook
it's
the
the-
shutters on the building.
Yeah,
Nope,
if we
don't
did
want
it,
to do that.
Yeah.
the cops would show up. The police. We don't need them in our business.
Yeah. No. We keep this shit here.
Like, literally,
in the house.
we don't need them.
Settle
in
things
our-
internally.
It's like, ma'am, are you okay? Are you being domestically abused? No, we're just playing D&D, man. Think they're gonna
Rowan
buy
has a
that?
signal worked out. I'm just saying. If he needs help, like, I'll be there like that. All he has to do is do something, and I know he's in trouble.
Yep.
And he's being held
We all
against his
know it.
will. We
Yep.
all know it.
We all know it.
Same for Dylan, too. We know
Yeah.
the secret signals.
Yeah, secret signals. Are you giving me the signal right now?
What's the
Is that it?
That's it.
I can't
Cry for help.
Help! I'm chained to this table.
You can't be trusted. You were all in on it with Gloria like a week ago. You were
Yeah.
reading text messages and stuff.
Gloria needed to know.
I thought that was a safe place.
I thought you were my
You
friend,
guys
Amanda.
You ratted me out.
What the hell, man?
Now I gotta
Either
go
way.
home.
You're a cat, not a dirty rat.
Either way, thank you all so much for dealing with our technical difficulties. Thank you so much for bearing with us.
And all your support.
And all your support. Thank you so much for the follows. Thank you so much for the subs. We love you guys. We appreciate everything you
And
do.
the raid.
Come here.
Yeah.
And the raid. Nice priority. Thank you so much. Once again, you guys are awesome. And I'm always recommending people to go check you out. They're great.
Yes.
They really are. I love Ghost in the Machine. Ghost in the Machine is some good shit. He's pretty good. Matt's good. He's good at fucking doing voices and shit. I like
He
it.
had to put it on hiatus though. He needs that beauty. He needs that beauty recovery.
Oh,
Are you saying he's ugly?
No.
He's a beautiful man, thank
Yeah.
you.
I know.
Thank you.
That's
I've
why.
seen him pictures of him at the gym. He's working out.
Yeah, he is working out.
That's true.
Putting the time in.
Time.
Investing in
Nothing
himself.
bad.
Yeah.
I'm just saying he needs to relax because understanding the struggle that you go through,
I do. It's a struggle sometimes.
he definitely needed that break from it.
Look, I lose a lot of fucking
Yeah.
sleep, dude, because you can't turn the fucking creative process off sometimes when you're trying to go to bed. It's ridiculous.
Yeah, and
Can't turn it
Janto,
off, man.
thanks for sticking with us, and we know you just followed tonight and stuff. We're
Thank
great.
you so much for the song.
Yeah, it's great to have you on board and all your help with our letting us know where we were at and stuff with the technical difficulties. So it's really cool when someone follows and joins the community, but it's like extra cool when they talk and we get to know them a little bit.
So don't forget to check out our Discord. You can find the link down below. It's called the Hall of Legends, where you can interact with us anytime.
Talk D&D.
Talk D&D, talk shop, talk nerdy shit. Doesn't matter. You want to play some games too. I've been getting in the Warframe.
Saw that.
Warframe's a rabbit hole. It's a deep rabbit hole.
I also saw that.
It also requires 72 hours to make a new frame when you have all the materials. But I'm not spending money in the hole.
He's in a rabbit hole.
Yeah. I'm flipping around with a goddamn fucking ninja John Wick, dude. Just like, with a pistol.
It's so fun, man.
With a pistol just rapid firing on the fucking clicking on the mouse.
Catch Andy in Warframe.
Yeah, you can catch me in Warframe. I actually think I'm gonna stream it starting next week. I'm gonna start streaming Warframe and whatever else I'm getting on. I don't know. We need to play the new Apex mode. Check that out.
Apparently super cool.
Yeah, I watched Dr. Disrespect play it.
Hey,
who was he with? I can't remember, but it looks
exactly what I
fun.
want. White armor only.
Dude, he's
Wasn't
got the additions he liked.
Yeah.
It's
Wasn't
nice.
he versing someone?
Well, I mean, yeah, he ran into fucking Diego. Was the champion in the game I watched, but I don't know. Maybe he did. They're all kind of looped together, whatever. They all joined at the same time.
So super secret. Look at them super secret.
Look,
Oh, yeah.
These guys.
Are they talking dirty?
Also, Magic the Gathering. We are going to be doing Magic the Gathering once a month. Well, we might play the game more than that or stream it more than that, but once a month we're doing what we did before, which is you come, you challenge us, the individuals together for a chance at a free sub to
One of the
participating channels.
We're going to try and bring some other
Streamers
members of
into
the community and streamers in on it because everyone loves Magic.
Exactly. So it might not happen this month while we try to coordinate that and set that up with other streamers in the community to try to get that working. But we'll keep everybody up to date via Discord or via Twitter, which you can find all the links to all of our links. Right? Is it links?
Yeah.
Are they clickable links or are they just links? You can find links to all of our people who partake in the social medias down below on Twitter handles.
Jesus
you could
Christ.
say it's
I
magical.
forget I had my ring on. I apologize.
Yeah.
So loud.
Either way,
loud.
it was a great night. I had a lot of fun. It was a good time. Character play. It's fun. Development stuff. Get to see you guys. Struggle bus.
Struggle
bus.
Struggle
And
bus.
I got to do something that I actually don't use very often, which I cast a spell on the player in a social encounter.
Oh, I thought you were saying goat trips. And I'm like, you use those all the time.
Yeah.
Yeah, I gotta challenge you guys. Your moral boundaries and
Moral
stuff. Come on,
boundaries.
there's no room to grow.
My moral boundaries is
Just
related to
whining.
you.
Listen, it's just a little backstabbing.
Yeah.
It's not a big deal. Just
I know. If we know criminals, he's probably going to backstab us anyways.
yeah, that's fair.
Yeah, well, once he backstabs us, then we have plenty of reasons. Like, no, fuck you, you're not getting this
Not
shit.
all
We're giving it
thieves
to a
are
little girl over there.
Not all thieves are like that.
Not true.
criminals.
Oh, really? I would know somebody who stole something from me.
You know, I would trust.
Or,
you know,
or refuse to give someone back their coin.
Yeah.
Well,
It's Blinky for Blinky.
yeah, you
Or-
gotta,
or
you
use
gotta
the very
trust those
valuable relic.
blackmailers.
Yeah, or used a very valuable relic.
You gotta trust blackmailers. You know, it's just a little blackmail.
But so thank you so much. If you enjoyed what you're doing, what we did tonight, what we provide the entertainment, because I know we're awesome, and it's a lot to take in, especially when you're just your first time in. We also have a YouTube that you can find that has all previous 44 episodes on it, so you can keep up to date. We're also working on a project to condense that into like monthly up to date videos to keep up to date with the story arc, so that you don't have to watch like 20-something hours to keep up to date with what's going on. So that's a project that's in the work.
Yeah, plus all the nonsense. Don't forget
plus all
the nonsense.
The nonsense is what makes us who we are.
Yeah,
That's
it
true.
is. It is.
Listen,
It
people
is.
come here for the shenanigans and the nonsense, I'm telling you. They don't give a shit about the story I'm writing.
They might not.
They're
They
here
might
for-
very
They
well
don't,
not.
they don't
They're
care
here-
about
they're-
the story you're writing and we're ruining.
Yeah,
Yeah.
they care about. They're here for the bork emote and the fucking cat when she jumps on.
Yeah.
It's true. I'm telling you.
Look at it. It's a DM in constant struggle versus his
And
players.
as a close follow up to third place to here for Rowan.
What?
Yeah,
Yeah, that's true.
there's some of them here. They show up sometimes.
Yeah.
Juris,
Astral?
Wiz,
You know, I got Astral in there right now.
Astral.
Yeah. The
Love you,
Astral's,
buddy.
Astral's diamond in the rough because he cares. He's interested. Love you, Astral.
Can confirm.
Can
Me and Rowan do have a quick question for you guys before we pop off for the weekend.
I thought we were going to ask that in the Discord, but okay.
I mean, I thought we were going to ask it now. Then.
No, I thought we were going to discuss it and then
Well-
ask it in the Discord.
Well, now we're all interested.
Yeah, fuck that screen hard.
Fuck
right?
that screen.
Fuck yeah. Yo, that's gonna be your fucking mansion come next week.
I'm gonna do this. Zero fucks.
Guess what?
damn it,
When we
Joe,
burn it
it's
to the
glass.
when we burn it to the
Oh,
ground,
really?
only gonna be the orb left.
Oh, really?
Ah, Red Dragonborn baby, burning that bitch down.
Yeah, going in there with the mission.
Set off a nuclear explosion by Dragon Breath.
I literally hunt ghosts. It's what I do.
And for a friend,
You're
I
gonna
do
die
anything.
to a
It's
ghost.
actually not.
It's what you
Yeah, it
do.
is.
Okay,
I
there's
have
the theory.
advantage. Ah, mechanically.
Hunt werewolves is what you do.
I do, but kind of ghosts on
You
the
keep
side.
sliding back and forth here. Is this what's
You
happening?
know,
Yeah,
I
yeah,
hunt
yeah.
ghosts
I'm
on the
mocking,
weekends.
I'm mocking him.
Hey,
I'm hunting
Okay.
ghosts on the weekends.
there's a theory that we can see spirits.
What? Oh yeah, you're probably the guardians of the dead veil, dead people.
Who can see spirits?
No, apparently we're
She's
still
talking
using
about cats.
How'd you heard cats can see spirits?
Oh, you're talking about. I thought you were talking about like the party.
They're
as a
not. They're
group.
not looking at
I was like,
spirits.
that's an
They're just
interesting
dumb.
theory. I can
looking
see
at
where
the
somebody would
wall.
come up with that with the amount of time you guys have spent with the undead.
Listen,
Problem spent dying.
the problem with that theory is that it implies spirits are a thing.
Spirits are things.
Listen, Lycan's gone, alright?
Wait, okay, wait. Are we talking about my world or real life? Because I'm
Real
a little
life.
bit confused.
She's definitely
Okay.
real
Yeah.
life.
I was like, spirits are definitely fucking real in my world.
Well, we're not in D&D.
Yeah, and,
No,
and,
they're
and
big
in
fans of
real life,
imagination. We're about to walk through whatever spirit bitch you're about to show us, but she's not there.
Listen, I mean, hey, look, we can do a poll this week on who thinks what's going to happen when we get through the door.
It's definitely
Is
a
it-
demon.
Is it A, a demon, B, a banshee,
That's what I'm going with.
C, is it a maze
Well, that's definitely that too.
meant to send people away? Is it D, a portal to another plane of existence in which you guys will have to find your way back? And whatever else they can come up with. Or is it just plain ghosts? And is it a non-combat encounter? Those are your choices.
I'm gonna go
Six
with.
options.
I'm
That's
gonna-
too many.
I'm gonna go with. It's whatever one of those you decided is.
like the day of,
Yeah.
he has a plan worked out for each one. It's just
that's what
which
I'm
one
saying.
is he gonna table, like on the table?
We'll save this one
Yeah.
for later.
It's-
It's this one.
It's
Yeah.
E3D.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's probably a
First
bit.
form.
So I'm taking guess. Post in the Discord what you think it's going to be.
It's
One
a
of those
demon.
options.
It's definitely
I
a
think I
demon.
definitely think it's option
It's
two.
a demon banshee ghost that we have to talk our way out of.
I don't
In a
think it's
different
a
plane of
maze.
existence.
I don't think it's a
It's
demon.
a demon.
It's clever.
I don't think it's a demon.
I think it's a maze.
So I want to know what everybody in the
It's
Discord
grass.
thinks. So I'll pose the question. No, I don't. I don't want to pose it because I'll wait until after we post the episode to pose the question in the Discord because I don't want to spoil it for Gavin, Tibbs, everybody else who checked out early or couldn't stay. Like, I don't want to ruin it for Oak Tree for sure.
It's a good ghost.
But it's a real
It's
backslide.
Could you just pretend that you're normal for like 5 minutes?
No, we're gonna take off the mask and be
Well,
like,
what would be the
who
point?
are you?
Yeah,
So
who am I
talking
kidding?
and wrap up the episode.
Who am I
Mike
kidding?
has an early meeting in the morning he has to get to.
You fool.
I do.
But this will make you happy. When he told me that and said, "Hey, can we not run it too late?" I said, "You remember when Matt went to work 3 hours after our game ended? Yeah, you can handle an early morning."
That's true.
My response was, I still don't want that to happen.
Yeah.
So
It's true. I
Oh,
did
you know,
do that.
Matt didn't either.
yeah, I can still ask though.
Yeah,
Wait.
that's fair. But he did reside to like a quiet, dignified understanding. And I said I wasn't planning on it.
Listen,
running
it's
late
fine.
anyways.
You know, there's commitment and then there's true dedication.
Yeah. So, if anybody at Best Buy is looking to hire a real employee,
Don't hire me unless they're offering like, I'll do it for 25
I think Best Buy could swing that.
They can
Actually,
actually.
I
definitely
bet you Best Buy pays their IT department fucking in gold bars.
Well, no, you gotta distinguish IT department or
So there's technically
I'm not talking about
Geek
Squad. I'm
Squad.
talking about IT.
Because
People
that's
who
not
actually
IT.
Keep
So-
their business
No,
and
they're
their
corporate
corporate
IT.
headquarters run.
Yeah.
Corporate
yeah, but
IT.
they
The
actually
people
have
which
they are called something. It's not called IT.
Yeah.
They're called secret weapon. I shit you not.
No,
that's the dumbest
Swear
shit I've
on
ever
the
heard.
holy-
They
I
probably
don't
do
know. I think
team
that is
building
cool.
exercises.
It is cool,
Punch
but
up.
in such a stupid
We
way.
didn't call it Weapon X. That's all
Yeah.
that matters to me.
Well, it's cool, but in a very stupid way, like
Yeah.
us. You know?
Yeah, okay.
It's, we're cool, but in kind of a dumb
You
way.
fucking losers, dude.
You're
Like,
amazing.
Hey, I'm pretty sure you're over there on the table as well.
yeah, the
what?
other side of the table.
My job.
I keep you guys at a distance because I have to. I have to remain impartial. I can't let my friendships with you as individuals like ruin.
Tear it down.
Yeah.
Grab his scream.
Rise up, brothers.
I wasn't
And
chained.
sister.
Hashtag unchain the player.
Unchained the player.
We can flip the table if we all work together.
Yeah.
D&D Unchained. It sounds like a Worldwide Wrestling Federation of Dungeons and Dragons. It's like LARP meets wrestling meets D&D. D&D Unchained.
Speaking of, we should all go LARPing. I think it'd be hilariously
God.
awesome.
I'm so in.
I think it would be great.
Yeah, we should
I'm
just
so
Well, we're
Is that
all
what we're
gonna
doing for
get
one
our
of your
uniforms.
We should all get costumes anyways, and then we should take group photo for new banners for our YouTube.
Well,
and
that's
our
Halloween.
I could hit you
I'm
with...
dressing up.
Can
as
I at
Stanley
least
for
hire a
Halloween
body
stream.
double for that nonsense?
I will
You know,
be thinking
that would be kind of funny.
Not,
If he's
I'm not
alive.
doing that.
on Halloween.
Can I just hit you with foam and cardboard on any given days? You know,
Yeah,
do
as
we
long,
really have
as
to LARP?
long as you say lightning bolt while you throw tissue paper at me.
The difference is if you do it outside of LARPing, it's assault. Doing it
These have these have
Legal
boogies
assault.
in them. That's the material component.
Either way,
I think
You failed
Andy's
your
right.
next save. Let me touch you.
Yeah.
I think it'd be a great growing experience for us.
I
We get to hit each other, let out a little pent up
Yeah.
resentment. We're good.
You know
I'm
what?
gonna hit Dylan
Rowan and
so
I will
hard.
sit it out because we have disabilities.
I was definitely aiming for Amanda, but whatever.
Whoa! Even she's cut off good.
No.
Why me?
That was the
I'm
joke.
probably
It was meant to be a
really-
shocker.
Oh.
I'm gonna beat you down for shaming my beard.
Yeah, I mean,
You know, he belittles you to make himself feel like a big man because he's insecure.
no.
Like, eventually, we'll just have to run our own con launch. We'll just do it that way. It'll be Legend Con.
Legend Con.
And you know what, community? You're fucking sending us there. You're gonna take us there because you're so awesome. You gift us subs, you sub, you donate bits, you show up.
Yeah.
That's the
Support us by
important part.
watching.
You
Yeah.
show up by watching us, and you
Show
put up
up.
with this fucking shit.
Yeah, honestly, I'm surprised anyone's even like found us because we're only like here, just like in this little
Yeah.
corner of the internet, and you guys happen to stumble upon us. So
Yeah, as a matter
Lucky
of fact, if you join our Discord, normally we have the welcome and we have an introduce yourself. So if you do join the Discord and you introduce yourself, for one, a bunch of us will probably just say, "Hey, how's it going? We love you. Thank you for joining us."
or,
But
that's nifty.
or that's neat. Get out.
Bring money.
I would like to know from some of you how you found us. Was it through just browsing the webpage? Were you looking for D&D? Was it especially if you were recommended to? We were recommended to through another channel, through another streamer, through somebody who follows us or watches us. We would like to know how you found us, so that way we can just kind of get to know the people who are looking for us or stumbling upon us. Get to know them a little bit better.
Yeah, man.
Yeah. So.
We want to know where you found us.
Yeah, exactly.
Onegaishimasu.
Especially if you just randomly clicked on it and went, these goofballs look neat to watch. And just,
that's also
what was that? Why? If you did click on us,
Like
when you saw us
animals in a
live,
cage.
why did you click on us? That's more or less what we want to know.
Because we're colorful.
High resolution.
High resolution.
Yeah. Well, also part of it is like
They're not
what
gonna lie, it's
They
bad
probably
show
saw a
lighting.
beacon of like red, and they're like, I gotta see what's going on now.
Yeah,
well,
that's what it
it's
was.
like, we're trying to figure out like what we're doing right, what we can improve on,
Yeah.
you know, stuff like that. Like, what do people like? You know, what are they into?
By the way, thank you so much for joining us tonight. We hope to see you every time we're live, anytime we're there. We hope to see you in our Discord. I would love to hear from you on Twitter. If you have it, just keep up to date with us. Reach out and talk to any one of us.
Yeah, we're creeping up on that giveaway.
Yeah, we're creeping up
You're
on
going to
that
want to be
$500
following just
giveaway.
for the heads up.
Yeah.
Yes.
Like, if you miss a week and then you don't realize the next week is when the giveaway is happening, that would suck.
Yeah, exactly.
It's like $200-something value.
But yeah, so it was a good session tonight. I had fun.
It was a lot of
It
fun.
was good.
Yeah.
It was definitely a good time. So,
Just leave that little girl.
if you haven't already, drop a follow. And it's September. So
September.
if you feel like the content that you got tonight or content that you could see in the future is worthwhile, don't forget to drop us a sub. $2.49, supposedly. 50% off.
thanks,
Allegedly 50% off for new subs and first month subs and continued gifted subs for the first time to a new channel, basically. So we appreciate that. And yeah, we will see you next Friday, and hopefully your week is as legendary as our night was. So we'll see you then.
Despite
See
the
you
technical
then.
difficulties.
Despite the technical difficulties, we overcome,
Yeah, we
adapt,
cool.
and improvise.
And catch us on Thursday when me and Rowan play video games.
Yeah, on Thursday.
Yeah.
Now you can also keep up to date with the silly shit that they get on together on fucking Thursdays. They played Rainbow Six Siege, both of them sharing one mouse and one keyboard.
I still think that went way better than I anticipated.
Yeah,
Dude,
you guys
we're
did
doing
better
it
than
for
I thought
Christmas.
you would.
It's already set in stone.
Yeah, I
We're
have
doing
an
it over a
account. By the way,
weekend.
did I tell you we have an account now for that?
We have an account for that?
Yeah.
What? We bought an account for that? What? This is news! I'm excited!
It was couple talk.
Either way, we're going to continue these conversations in the Discord, so join us there if you want to keep up. So, have a good night, everybody. Get to sleep. Enjoy your night. We love you.
See y'all.
Bye.
Excellent.